Hello, everyone. We're here again, and it's hello, uh, uh, and it's episode 79. And welcome again, my partner in crime, as we might say. It's a
Oh,
crime to watch this, not quite, but anyhow, it's Delboy. Thank you so much as always for being here, and hope you enjoy it as much as I do, and hopefully everybody else will. So, can you tell me as much
yeah.
about
No,
anything else?
I mean, as always, thanks for letting me in. My God, I'm a partner now. Bloody hell! Does that mean I get a pay rise?
Yeah, yeah, 50p you might get extra.
50. Well, that's 50 pence
Yeah,
more than last week. That's
yeah.
all I've got to say about it. So anything's a bonus, isn't it? Apologies straight away that I think everybody knows about my mum. I will be gone for just half an hour. In literally 30 minutes, well, less than that now, 20 minutes time for me to get my mum to bed, and then I'll be back and you've got me fully. So,
Yeah.
maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. Also, you want to ask the question, to get
Well,
people about it. Yeah.
we were deliberating just before we came on, and I said, look, because I'm gone and that, it might, get a bit stagnant in regards to what's going on. So I saw an interesting video from that Commode sort of film reviewer that goes with Simon Mayo. And he asked a question that I thought was very interesting. And the question was, is it the film that changes, or is it you that change when you're rewatching a film, right? And he already deliberated and said, I'll give you the answer now. The film doesn't change, but you need to deliberate the question, and you need to deliberate it in such a way that there's, that you cover sort of like all the aspects. And I'll give you a couple of aspects. Like, you saw it when there was a hype of a film going on. Now the hype's died down and you rewatch it again. Do you feel the same? You saw a film when you're in your childhood. You then watched it again in your adulthood. Do you still feel the same, or is nostalgia the reason for it? All sorts of those types of things need to be deliberated. And I thought he got a 40-minute podcast out of it. So I thought, well, might as well offer it out to the group there. So that's that little question out the way, and hopefully you can remember that, Ian. If other people come in and they didn't even hear what I've just said.
And I just put my question in. Sorry, Don.
Yeah.
I just put my question in. Is with the news this week about Doctor Who, what is everybody's opinion about the future of Doctor Who now? The Disney.
And I'll talk about that when I come back, because I've got a lot to say.
And so I'll be interested in people's thoughts, along the way. Hopefully, later on we will go into that. And if Delboy's got quite a few thoughts about it, that's good. If you love Doctor Who like we all do, then it's an interesting topic, especially the way Doctor Who has been over recent years. I'm being polite there. I said over recent years, right? So anyhow, let's get back.
Wouldn't it be weird if the news was that Space 1999 was going to return, right? And it's called Space 1999 Returns, and it's about the moon coming back. And I'm going,
it's come back. That bloody moon's come back. Get away! Yeah. Oh, we thought we got rid of you.
Just imagine it. Trump's in power. Oh shit! I think I'd want to be blown out of Moon's orbit again or something. You know what I mean? Can I go back? But anyway,
right.
As you know, that not everything that I get through the post I watch straight away. But I will mention some of the things that are not in this little pile here that I've watched. It is Halloween, so on BBC One they obviously showed the first Halloween film. I watched it. I watch it quite regularly, but I haven't watched it in probably about 2 years. And to go back to that Commode question, I think it holds up quite well. But yeah, each subsequent watching of it, I think it's diluted for me a little bit. I will say that, especially around the sort of like sex scenes that are going on between the teenagers, if you see what I mean. It's like if you took that out, you'd only have a 40-minute film, really, because it's all about them arranging what they're going to do that night and that they're all that sort of stuff, really. And I can't wait until Donald Pleasance is on the screen, because that's when I start going, oh yeah, look what a presence he brings, to the screen. Because it was like what you were saying in your, with Muckman. He's such a character and such a presence. He can be in the shittiest of films, but it'll bring joy to it. So I haven't got much more to say about it other than that. Everybody will know all these films that I'm about to talk about. Young Frankenstein, I have to watch that every year. Young Frankenstein is just one of those parodies that I have to watch during Halloween, because it's not all about horror. It's horror with a bit of comedy in it. And that is just an absolute fantastic joy for me to watch every time I get to October. I do watch that film. And instead of Dracula, like I watched last year, I watched Bride of Frankenstein this year. It usually is a toss-up between those two films, Dracula and Bride of Frankenstein. I can never quite work out which one I like the best. Usually it's Bride of Frankenstein that will always come up trumps. But there is something about Dracula that's spooky and eerie and all of that sort of stuff. And maybe it's him walking down the castle steps or whatever it is, or the cobwebs and he walks through them or something. I don't know. But I always come away going, I like both those films. And they're from the 30s. So I don't care, really. I also watched An American Werewolf in London. How can you not like that film? I always loved that film. I remember as a kiddie, not a kiddie, but a young man, couldn't wait to see Jenny Agutter in a shower. I'm pretty sure young males, right, pause that film right there, right, a lot, and rewound it and blind it, rewind it and blind it. There's nothing going on. You don't see nothing, right? Yeah. But it's just that you're a young man and you're an adolescent and you're just going, oh, look at Jen, oh, look, all the sun's going on, oh, like this, right? Simple as that. But American Werewolf in London should always be remembered as just one of those turning point moments in makeup. I just think the makeup is amazing in that film. I mean, it's the thing is obviously my film where I go, how practical effects really work. I mean, that is just in the stratosphere and is still holding and still held up in 1991, let alone 1981. You know what I mean? Or whatever it was. I think was it 81, 82, 83, somewhere around there. Then just for a bit of fun, I watched Casper. It was on ITV4 this week. I've got it as the anniversary 4K edition. I haven't opened it yet, but I bought that years ago on Laserdisc. And the reason I bought it was because of the score. It was done by James Horner. I love the score to that. There's a moment in that film. This is where I'm talking about when music really fits into a film, right? And excuse me if I go off on a rant or something, or in a way with this. But about an hour into the film, Casper's explaining how he died. So he's saying that he went outside, he wanted to play with his sledge, and it was all in the snow, and he came in and he was cold, and then it suddenly got he suddenly got sick, then it went dark, and then he saw that his dad was upset, and he found out that he didn't go. He stayed because he didn't want his dad to be lonely. And there's a piece of music that's going on there, and it's sort of like a piano piece, and it's gorgeous. It's a motif that's played pretty much throughout the film, but there are some good performances in it. I mean, Bill Pullman's in it, Eric Idle's in it. I mean, he's the comic relief sort of like character in it, and there's a fun little scene where the person that he's with is trying to kill each other. It's because they find out that if you turn into a ghost, you can come back because of this ooze. I don't want to give it too much away. It's a kiddies film, but it's charm charm personified, I think is the word with that. And the last film I watched was, I was just flicking through Netflix, couldn't work out what I wanted to watch, and AI was on. Now, this isn't AI as in the Pinocchio AI. We're talking about the house that's controlled by AI. It came out about 3 years ago. And it talks about a family. They move in, they put these little sensors all over the house. The house then talks to you. It wants to help you. But of course, secretly, this AI is manipulating the family, and it tries to kill them eventually. So yeah, found that to be quite a good rewatch, because I saw that originally on Sky, and I didn't remember it till about half an hour into the film, but by then I went, oh, I might as well still watch it. So what has not come through, but I wanted to show another film that, by the way, I've just lost the signal to my wireless mouse. Let me just turn it off and on. There we are, back again. I'll turn the background picture off just to show you some things. I finally got round to watching my American copy of JFK, which is huge behemoth of a JFK box set. It's still not released over here. I have no idea why. But look at how many discs there are and what extras there are. And JFK is definitely one I think you ought to rewatch, Ian, if you haven't watched it in a number of years. I think if you can get this edition of it, you would love the extras and all the everything that's going on with this. It is a substantially good film if you're ever into JFK.
Yeah.
It's even got Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon in it, and John Candy, and a load of others that you just went, bloody hell, what an ensemble cast is in this. They may only have 10 minutes in the film. You know, like John Candy's at the race course when he's being, interviewed, So it's just a fantastic film. I watched The Quick and the Dead. Again, I love The Quick and the Dead. This is my steelbook of it, the 4K. I never had the 4K that came out 3 years ago. I had the Blu-ray. This one has just got a Dolby Atmos track, so it's not worth going if you've got the earlier 4K. It's Dolby Vision, but most people are saying it's not much of a difference. It's not worth the difference. But anybody knows I love Quick and the Dead. I mean, look at this. Look, Sharon Stone, fantastic. Gene Hackman, absolutely superb. The best character in it, Gene Hackman. Russell Crowe, very early. Leonardo DiCaprio, so damn early, I don't think he could grow a mustache, right? I don't think he needed a razor because he was that young in it, right? That's how young he was in that. Clue. I showed a lot of these on my blog, but so there's Clue. I love Clue. It's not a bad film. Superman, because it's Superman, and I've got the tin set. It's quite a nice cover. It's got one of those acetate sort of like things over the top of it. But because I've saw Superman recently, I haven't opened that one. And then of course Weapons, which we all know is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it grips you just with the 2 lines that it says on the back of the box what it's about. You're just going, shit, I want to see that. And then now I showed this last week, but this is actually another copy. This is the Fantastic Four. But if you have a look, this one comes with the comic, the art cards, and all of that, because it's the American one.
Yeah.
Right? So I've watched the Fantastic Four in 4K and thought it was a good quality picture. It's not bad. But this is going to remain sealed. It's got the comic in it. That's what I wanted it for. So I bought it from the States from Amazon. And because I don't talk too much about music, I got the Blu-ray of Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy, which is Dolby, Dolby sound and everything on Blu-ray, to go with my Goodbye Yellow Brick Road and my 2 Alan Parsons Project Blu-ray 5.1 surround sound stuff. That's it. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
So I've got to go and help my mum, but I'm going to stay for a couple of minutes because I want to hear what you say about
I had quite a big task with what I watched.
I just want to say I'm really looking forward to Tony York Corner. I'm sure that there is a Muckman and Tony York Corner in here somewhere. So I'll either watch that in a rerun, or I'm going to hear what your first films are.
I'm the first film.
I've got to go. All right.
I had quite a lot to watch because I did a live with Jamie Muckman Movies, and I picked 10 films that are frightening. People, and including me, found frightening. But it just so happens that most of them are absolutely love. Absolute classics. So I chose The Exorcist, 1973, The Omen, 1976, Suspiria, 1977, and Eden Lake, which is perhaps a very interesting, controversial one because of the nature of it, 2008, Wrong Turn, 2003, Midsummer, 2019. I went for X, though it's not my favorite out of the trilogy because I think for various reasons, but that's 2022. There was Saw, of course, 2004. You've got to have a bit of Saw. And I think a film that I really love to talk about was Martyrs, 2008. French film, superb film. And then I had to do it. I picked the first Hostel film, which is the best out of the trilogy. I watched that and I thought, I might as well watch other two and put them into context.
And I just want to put my hand up here and just turn around and say how entertained I was on a rerun of it. I wish I could have stayed. I wish I could have stayed. I did ask a couple of questions. I thought they were pretty lame questions, to be quite honest. I wish I could have thought of something more. It did make me want to still go out and buy Suspiria. I have not bought that film yet. It's in 4K. I keep going, I'm going to buy that. Then I find out there is a steelbook of it. Then I know I can't afford the steelbook of it. Then I go, well, I don't want the standard version because I want the steelbook of it. And I end up never having it. I've got to at some point. I think at some point I've got to do that because
Suspiria is it's a must. It's a film everybody should see. Well, it's my favorite. I'm out of all those films. If I love Midsummer a lot, a hell of a lot.
Is that the one with John Nettles in?
But Suspiria.
Is that the one? Is that the one with John Nettles in?
Which one?
Oh no, that's Midsummer Murders, isn't it?
No. Oh, the old jokes, the old lad. Yeah, you're getting old when you do that joke, especially if you watch that program.
I couldn't help but do that one. No, but what I wanted to say was I think McMahon did an absolute fantastic. He blew out the water, to be quite honest.
And he shows some absolute.
I'll tell you what, there is an art, right, to getting the right questions out, seeing that people are just talking, and then reading it out so that you can keep things going at a flow, right? And that's what I was worried about, that maybe I was asking questions when you really wanted to talk about the films, then people to talk about those films while they were being talked about, because my questions weren't about those films. But I wanted to have something there that if something got a bit stale, you could go back to it and just ask a question or something, right? And also I had to look after my mum, so it's really, really difficult. Like, I've got to go in a moment, to look after my mum. But I just want to say, McMahon blew out the water. Absolutely fantastic job. Entertaining, absolutely. I watched it what I could, and I watched it again. What more can I say? And I wasn't bored listening to the bit that I'd already seen. So you got to turn around, and if you get educated at the same time as well as being entertained, great. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got that out the way. Other than that, McMahon, he's still a bastard. I mean, I can't stand the little shit, really. There you go.
Let's say, Hostel is such an interesting film, but it's part of a trilogy. And I think, as I said in the thing, that is the best of the trilogy. The other two, it all doesn't go as well. So it's not a great trilogy, but that Hostel, the first one, was fantastic.
And one more thing before I go.
Go on then.
Right? because it also gets something out the way before I have to go, right? The obvious answer to the question about the score was The Omen. And who did The Omen? Terry Goldsmith.
Yeah,
There you are.
I bet you didn't hear me. I praised it. Did you hear me praise Terry Goldsmith?
I did. But that was his first Oscar, I think. I think Alien was his second.
Yeah, I said it was my favorite of his. I said it's my favorite.
Every time I listen to that score, it scares me just listening to it.
I just love it. It's fantastic.
Because it's all those chants, Santos, Spiritus, and all this sort of stuff. And I'm going, fuck's sake, you scared me already, mate. I don't even have to watch the visuals. Shit.
It just matches the film perfectly. I mean, The Omen is just everything about it is right. It's just such a great
well, film. You know me, I love Patrick Troughton
and David Warner as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's a great cast.
I tell you what, I to go back to that original question, I don't get bored watching that film.
No, you can't get bored. And I also think Billy Whitelaw's performance is fantastic as well. She is one scary nanny. Excellent stuff. So I watched those. Then I've watched also. Here's my Tony York corner.
Yay!
You can't wait for this. This is called Jewel at Diabolo from 1966. It's got a great cast. I love James Garner and Sidney Poitier. It's Sidney Poitier's first Western. And in fact, if I had one criticism of the film, there's not enough Sidney Poitier in it. He's cool.
Have fun, everybody, and I'll be back in half an hour.
Cool. Yeah, but Sidney Poitier is so cool in this. He is absolutely fantastic. And I can't believe that this was his first Western. It's just amazing. And this film, it's sort of set in a period where the sort of Indian wars have ended, and they're in the reservations, and they're not very happy, these Apaches, and they come out of the reservation, and basically there's trouble at mill, and US cavalry are called out. We've got all that going on. We've got James Garner, who's kind of he's like a guide, a scout, and is employed by the cavalry to get them on their way to this fort that they've got to go through Apache territory to get to this fort. So we've got that. But the important thing is that James Garner was married to an Indian squaw, and she was scalped, and he carries that scalp with him because he wants to find out the white men who were responsible for it. So we get that storyline, which I think is really a really good touch to it. This is just 60s. I think 60s Westerns are really good. I really enjoy them. I won't tell. I ain't got down on the composers, but the music's really good in this as well. The film just works. I just absolutely loved it. I'm enjoying Westerns like this. Definitely, really enjoying them. So that is my sort of Western. And then I'll talk about. He sent me on download Casper, which you mentioned. That's from 1995, which I've never seen. I know, probably cranky. Casper, never seen that. Stars Bill Paxton and Eric Idle's in it. It's very entertaining. It's a great kind of kids film, really, all round entertaining. Some great special effects in it. I think the cast is really good. The story's good. It's just pure entertainment. And I've never seen it before. And he was going, "You not seen that before?" No, I've never seen it. So it was a great eye opener for me to actually see this. I've heard about it. It's because I'll be honest, it's not something that I thought, "Oh, I'll go and see that." But there you are. You see, it's opened my eyes, and I thought, "Oh yeah, this is entertaining." And in the end, an entertaining film is what it's all about. Yes. And then I know Delboy is a massive fan of Steve Martin, and he sent me A Simple Twist of Fate. Now that is from 1993. It's got Steve Martin, Gabriel Byrne, and it's out of the two, I would just put this. It's so enjoyable. It's a story where there's this sort of. He's a craftsman. He makes furniture, and he's seen as a bit of a miser as well. As a miser, hoarding all his money that he's making, and he's basically cut off from the world. He doesn't really want to be anything to do with the world. And then, as I said to Delboy, why is it snow is always so magical? Because in the end, well, not the end, at the beginning, the a little baby girl gets abandoned for various reasons. He finds this baby girl and the mother there. She's frozen and dead. So he takes in the child, and it's a story of him raising this child, and how the community is quite supportive of him for doing it, and it's great. It's funny, it's touching, but of course things don't work out quite as simple as it should do, of course, because otherwise you won't have a story in a film. And the father, who was played by Gabriel Byrne, in the end decides he wants to take over the role of being the father, and so ultimately we get a hearing, like a court case, about deciding who the girl should live with. And she's grown up. I say the actress, the little girl who plays is excellent. She's excellent, and their relationship, in a way, it's one of those stories. It's very emotional, very touching. I like the way it shows their relationship. It's just fantastic, and it's got a mild comedic elements in it, but for me it's good because the comedy is not really massively in it, which I think strengthens the story a lot. I think if it had become too much comedy, you wouldn't have had the emotional depth to the story. But it's a beautiful, touching relationship. And again, Steve Martin's an actor who I've not really seen a great deal of, and Delboy keeps sending me over, and I think this is with trains, automobiles, trains, planes, trains, and automobiles. This is one of my favorite films I've seen him in, actually. It's a great role, great film. It's very touching, and you can't really ask for anything more than that. Absolutely loved it. So that's good. What else? I think virtually that's it. I did, sometimes when you're just watching something like that, you just switch it on, and you end up ending up watching it. Well, as I say, we've just had Disney Plus. My son got it and put it on my TV, and one night I was just sat there looking at what's on, and I saw this. It said Criminal Minds. It's a massive series, which I'd vaguely heard of, and it's about profilers. And I always find that as a fascinating subject. And probably loads of people know it. I don't know, as a big thing. Maybe in the past it's been, but I just sat and ended up just sort of binge watching this. It was just easy to watch, but I love the idea of profilers. The whole program, the whole basis is on these crimes that are committed, and they're trying to work out who the suspects are. And it may be a bit corny, it may be in places, but I rather enjoy it. I like the sort of the logic, how they work out that it's a certain characteristics that these suspects have, that they're liable to be this age and they're liable to be this and that. You get all these things, and it's one of those you sit and watch, you think, oh yes, this is quite good, and just passes you by. I mean, if you ask me, can you remember all the cases of the episodes I watched? They've probably gone right in my brain and right out again. I can't hardly remember any cases. But when you sat watching it, it's engaging and very easy to watch. So I kind of enjoyed it for that, just being easy to watch, which is what you need sometimes, because the brain is ticking away far too much. It doesn't have to tick away. Yeah, right. So I think that's it, really. All that I've watched and gone through. So we'll go to some of the comments and see what we've got. Right. So we have got Sai. Just put him up. It says, Sai says, hi guys, sorry I'm out of football. I shall be home by 10:30ish, so hopefully you'll still be going. Oh, the tune. Hey, Bayek. I presume that's an important match in cup or something. I don't know, but I presume it is. Yeah, we've got Sandra saying, hello, Delboy and Ian. I guess Ian will have more money to spend on DVDs soon with all his Santa work. Ha ha. Ha ha. Yes, I know, it's amazing, isn't it? I could get a job somewhere being Santa. Yes. Yeah, I could get that job, couldn't I? Oh, I could do the full-time one on the day, maybe. But I don't think I got the energy now. I don't think I can quite go around, the world in the same way as I used to. I can't do it. But I need a lot of helpers. So that's why I employ all these other people, you see, when you go all over the country, because I can't be everywhere at once. I employ all these people. Yeah, they do a good job. Yeah, great job. And then we've got Tony York. Hello, Tony. Good evening, Ian and Del. Well, he's gone. Oh, yeah, he'll be back. And then we've got Tony saying, nice one, Sandra. And then Tony says, what's the news about Doctor Who? I've not heard. Well, it is quite big news in terms of well, hopefully for a better future, or maybe not, we'll see. But Disney now have officially pulled out of their deal with the BBC, and Doctor Who has now gone into the hands of the BBC again. Thank God for that. And they made an announcement that in Christmas 2026, there will be a Christmas special. Now, this seems to be a good opportunity, but there is one bit of downside. There's always a downside in there. There's always a sting in the tail. And as soon as I saw this, I thought, uh-oh, no. Guess who's writing the Christmas special? I wish it had been Stephen Moffat or something, or somebody who returned, but no, it's Russell T. Davies. So you thought you've got rid of bugger, and he's popped back up. What were the BBC thinking about? So therefore, though I'm pleased it's back in that sense, it's him. And well, I hope that the BBC say to him, look, we want you to do the writing like you did before. Write something not like what you've been producing with Disney. You know, get back to how you were. So as a Doctor Who fan, obviously, I'm glad that Doctor Who is still continuing, or am I? We're of the opinion, I'd probably, Delboy probably disagrees with me, but that it should have had another little rest, I think, and perhaps a rest in terms of just giving it some space. I mean, it's been going a while now on this second run, since 2005, hasn't it? So for me, it would be all right to have a rest, but I know he perhaps doesn't agree with me on that. But as we've got it, hopefully they'll choose somebody who's going to really care and look after the program, getting back to more sci-fi without any political messages of preaching. I'm not saying that you don't tackle issues, because Doctor Who always in the past has tackled issues. It's always looked at the world in a certain way. So I'm looking forward, hopefully, for some that. We don't want what we've had before, but whether that will happen, I don't know. It all depends who they appoint. And hopefully the BBC are sensible enough not to fall back into the trap that they did. But as I say, great news, Russell T. Davies, unfortunately, writing it, but it's better than no, and it's a return to having a Christmas special. It's like what we always had before. But I mean, some of the Christmas specials, I remember when that Shooty Gatwa appeared. Oh my goodness me, it was awful. In fact, I've sort of given up watching it. I couldn't even bear to watch it. I think I saw a little clips of it. I thought, no, I can't watch that. It was absolutely awful. But we want to get back to hard sci-fi. That's what we want. Proper sci-fi. None of this nonsense that, I like fantasy stuff, but they seem they don't do hard sci-fi anymore. And Doctor Who has in the past done hard sci-fi. Or it's done proper horror as well, which is interesting because we're in the sort of season. And Doctor Who has been very, very good at doing a horror as well in the past. So wouldn't that be good if we had a more sort of sci-fi horror stuff going on? But I'd be just happy with harder sci-fi. So that it's mixed news. And we've still got the excitement that we've not heard any more news about these new missing episodes. There were a lot of missing episodes that were found. So we've been told, but we haven't been told what the episodes were and how many there were. But they have confirmed it, that there were missing episodes. So that is something I'm really excited and looking forward to. But I think they'll take the time. They're Fabulous Films, a restoration film company. The fact that they've confirmed it is good news. They've come out of probably private collectors. There's a big thing about the films deteriorating. We need to get them out to the restorers, people who can restore them. It's going to be it's really exciting times. All those Hartnell and Troughton episodes that we hope for. We're not going to get everything that we want, obviously, but we may get some really good stuff. So fingers crossed on that. That is good news. So in the world of Doctor Who, it's looking a bit better. It's the crucial thing will be who are they going to appoint after Russell T Davies? That is the main thing. Is it the end of Doctor Who? No, it's not the end of Doctor Who. But hopefully they'll do the right thing. So that's the excitement for that. And then we have got Sandra saying, I no longer watch Doctor Who. I watched the first 2 episodes of the last series and I've finished with it now. I no longer care about it. Well, I didn't even watch, I couldn't even bear to watch the first series of Ncuti Gatwa. I decided when he's gone and Russell T Davies, then I'd probably watch it. So I couldn't even manage the first series, never mind the second one. But hopefully things will improve. But they just need to reset it back to how it was, But maybe, we don't know. I think the BBC are so committed. It's such a, it has been one of their best programs in terms of the overseas sales and that. So they obviously want it to be successful. And let's just hope that we get somebody who's going to look after the program properly and get back to those earlier values and not get into all this nonsense that we've had, especially letting somebody like Russell T Davies go mad about gender politics. We don't want any of that nonsense. Really, it's just ridiculous. And Tony says, I watched the new series from 2005, Sandra, until around the time David Tennant left, and then I didn't really bother. I can understand people were very attached to David Tennant, and they liked him. And then there's Matt Smith. Matt Smith was good. I think the quality of some of the stories maybe started to go a bit off, and then we had another bloke, and I always forget his name, but we had him, and then we had Jodie Whittaker, and that was the end then. Jodie Whittaker, I think, with better scripts, would have been quite good, but Chibnall, who was in charge, wasn't a particularly great script writer. She had 1 or 2 moments that were all right, but sad, really, because I liked her. I thought she was great. Well, not great, but I enjoyed her. And I know it's sacrilege it was for a lot of people to have a woman as a doctor. I know Delboy is, but it didn't bother me at all. Yeah, let's just get back Doctor Who back to how it was. But I still say you can't beat classic Doctor Who. It was so unique, so brilliant classic Who that it is difficult to recreate it. But 2005 onwards, Eccleston was great. I'd love to have seen more of Eccleston, and I have to recognise Tennant was good as well. All that sort of. In terms of raising the profile of the program and back again, it was Tennant that I suppose people will look to. Right. So Sandra says, this is good news. I got my Switch 2 back from Nintendo yesterday. Bad news. The screen has gone again and I can't use it. Hubert is telling me to contact Citizens Advice Bureau about it. I might, as I'm really mad. You should be. You should have, I don't know the act. I think you are entitled to your money back. I really do. I think you're entitled. I think you're entitled to a refund. There is I'm sure, Sale of Goods Act or something like that. You must be entitled to a refund because you're not getting the product that you have bought working properly. And it's definitely you should get your money back. And if they don't give it, then they are, I'm sure that going to the Citizen Advice Bureau is the best thing to do. I think they should return that money back to you that you paid for it. Yeah, they're obviously clearly not doing a good job. Let's have a look here. And then Tony says they can't have done a very good job with the repair, Sandra. Might be worthwhile contacting you at CAB. You deserve some form of compensation. Yeah, I think a full refund, to be honest. You're buying something and you're not getting what you were led to believe that you were buying. When something goes wrong like that, I'm sure it's the sales of Good Act that it's definitely against that, and you should be entitled to your money back. Yeah, definitely. I know you probably want another replacement. Well, perhaps go buy it from another shop, though. Of course, if you get the same problem, I don't know. But I presume I don't know because I don't know much about the obviously gaming community. Have other people had this problem, or is it just you that's had this? If it's just you, in a way, that's hopeful because you'll be able to get one, hopefully, a replacement. That'll be fine. I don't know on that one. And then we have got here Jamie. Good evening, Muddy Funsters. Thank you, Jamie, for joining us as Muddy Funsters. And then Sandra says, yes, I will, Tony. Good. Excellent. Yeah. Tony, thank you for moderating on Sunday. Hope it was an easy night for you. Yeah, great stream, Jamie. Absolutely, really loved it. It's great. And even Delboy was even praising you. So there you are. Yeah. He actually watched it twice, I think he said. Yeah. And then evening, Jamie. Have you done your 31 days of horror yet for today? Ah, yeah. And then Tony says, no problem, Jamie. Didn't spot any trolleys. No, the one we were lucky, I think. Yes, watched Day of the Dead earlier, which reminds me, has a great jump scare at the beginning. Oh, fantastic. Glad you're enjoying it. It's getting nearer the end now, isn't it? What is today's date? We're getting near, aren't we? That is Halloween at end of week, I think. Yeah. And then with regard Delboy's jump scare question on Sunday, when the hands burst through the wall. Aha, right. That's a good question. Yeah. Tony says, can't believe October's nearly gone. It seems to have sped by. I know what you mean. God, the year is just going so quickly. Though, to be honest, I'm really looking forward to spring. I know I shouldn't jump ahead so quick in life. You should always live each day. But the way it's getting cold, I'm just feeling the cold so much this year. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I'll be glad when that's out of the way. And he says, I thought same about September. Yeah, I think the older we get, the quicker life speeds up. It just like somebody just accelerates everything quicker and quicker. Time passes by quicker and quicker. I know it's a cliche, but we should try and enjoy every day that comes by as much as possible. Because before you know it, it's moved on to the next one and the next one. Yeah. And that's not always easy, but there we are. And yes, thanks for your backhanded compliment, Delboy. Yes. Yeah, he's good at that, isn't it? And then we've got Tony. Yes, this good Western Indian, old-fashioned cowboys and Indians. James Garner is usually reliable in his roles. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah. James Garner's somebody who you just can't help but I really like him. I think he's good. And of course, he had. Do you remember he did a television series as a detective? Was it in the 70s? And I really enjoyed him in that. He had a sort of comedic touch to it. And I've got it. My brain was ticking over. I'm really pleased. I've managed it. Rockford Files, wasn't it? The Rockford Files. Do you remember that? Ah, yes. Every week, it was on BBC. I love that one. James Garner just goes right back. I know people will be thinking, well, I'm sure he's that old, but I don't remember the original Maverick, which was a big TV thing that he was in. That would have been just a bit too young. I'm sure. In fact, I knew the name though. It must that my mum and dad must have watched Maverick, but me, I was just a wee bit too small. Maybe I wasn't interested in it. I don't know. I can't remember it at all. But I knew about it. I knew it was one of those series as Maverick, which was massive, yeah, for its time. Always remember it though, as a name, Maverick, definitely. Yeah, I remember Bonanza more. Bonanza, which probably was in that sort of period started, but that went on quite a long time. Bonanza and the Virginia, of course, I remember that one. All these great westerns and I Chaparral as well. That'd be into the 70s, I think, I Chaparral. But yeah, so there were some great westerns because westerns, we forget, were very popular. And then they started to fade, and Hollywood didn't seem to make as many, though they were still making them. That's why I said I quite like 60s westerns. And they still carried on in the years, but the popularity changed. I think they weren't as prominent as they had been. But yeah, always good to see westerns, I think. And what I like about the westerns is the different styles of westerns, the more traditional ones and the ones that are not as traditional. And there's a whole sort of genre area of kind of westerns. And nowadays we talk about modern films, certain modern films. We say they're a modern western because of the way they are. It's one of those genres that I don't think will ever die in terms of filmmaking. Well, I mean, I say that, but I mean, I think they'll still. It may not make as many, but things go through cycles, sci-fi, big thing, then I don't know, detective, spies, all that sort of stuff. Everything goes through various eras of films, but they're always there. I think westerns will always be there. And then James says, Ian, with regard Casper, I think you meant Bill Pullman. Yeah, sorry. You're right. You're on the ball as usual. Bill Pullman. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's me again. Take everything wrong, don't I? And he says, I've never seen Casper either. No, I hadn't. As I say, it wasn't a film I would have thought of, I'll instantly go and watch. But, I'll watch anything. And I'm glad I watched it. As I preferred the other film more that he sent me, but I liked it. It was you can't argue with something that entertains you, then that's good. It's good. And Eric Idle's always, I like Python, and to see Eric Idle in a lot of film roles that he did, it's just good to see him. And then Tony said, I'd forgotten who the director of Jewel. I can't say it. Jewel de Labio was he, and just checked it was Ralph Nelson. Oh yes, who also directed Soldier Blue, which is a great film, if rather controversial. I think I said the Willoughby Conspiracy, also starring Sidney Poitier. and Michael Caine. I can recommend it, Ian. Great thriller set in apartheid era South Africa. Yeah, I have seen it. I thought one week I actually did mention that one. I'm sure I did. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure I actually did mention that one. Sort of straight away you mentioned it. Yeah. And Michael Caine in South Africa, definitely. Yeah, it's very good film. And he says that's directed by Ralph Nelson. And then we've got here, Tony, I think with your knowledge of old films, you'd be great in a live stream. Would you ever consider it? And then we've got, so see who responds to that. Acres of Movies. Do you fancy the comedy movie See No Evil, A Not Evil, Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor? In fact, I think you've picked my favorite of those comedies of that era. Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder are just great in that film. Absolutely, that is the best. They released a box set, didn't they? And I think that was in it, but a lot of people were talking about ones that weren't in it. But that one is so good. It's so funny. Definitely my favorite of those of that sort of era. I bet Delboy knows a lot more about it, but yeah, I've seen it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, as I remember. And then we've got one movie saying "Hi, Stacey," and then as a movie, Stacey said, "Have fun, Si. That is terrific, and good luck at the football." Oh yeah, big match for Newcastle, and then don't mind participating in the comments, Jamie. There you are. And then my movie says, "I love to see no evil, A No Evil. It's hilarious. It's indicator sale at the moment, is it? I just remember it. Has it got an individual release? I bet it's in the box set, isn't it? Yeah. I still might have a look at that. I don't know. A lot of people were disappointed, I don't know, with that box set. But that is a really good one. That is excellent. And she said, any new features on that? The opening sequence and many parts are amazing. Yes. And then it's a box set with Stir Crazy and another You. All right. Yeah. And then we've got Rock Bunny 71. Hi, Ian. Hi, chat. Just got home. Hope everyone is doing well. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Welcome again. And then we've got Tony Art. With regard, Doctor Who, think it needs a longer rest. RTD should leave it alone. I tend to agree with you. Now I think the fact that he is going to leave, that should be it, really. But the BBC, as I said, they want to make money. They think they can make money, and the good thing is they've got rid of Disney now. But does it need another rest? I tend to be, as much as I love Doctor Who, I tend to think it would be good. If somebody just fresh could come along and bring it back to how it was. I know you can't return things, but you can. You can do this. You can do the right thing. Definitely. And then we've got Tony saying, hi, Rocket. And then Sandra says, thanks. If you were a super spy, would you rather work with Ethan Hunt or Biggles? Ah, Biggles! Ah, yes! um, Isn't that a good film? Actually, it's Delboy sent me that one with a modern version of Biggles, which I really enjoyed. Sort of the imagination bit in that about imagining with Biggles. I like Biggles, yeah. I remember the books, reading the books. Though, to be honest, not in great detail. There were the sort of pulpy kind of books I cannot remember now. You know, they were like, they were there and you read them and read them and read them, but I couldn't relate any of the stories to them. But at the time, you know, they were just, you just read them. That's how right. And we've got here, Sandra said, it cost me £430. And in the 4 months I've had it, I've used it for less than 3 weeks. Exactly. I mean, that is just unbelievable. Absolutely. It really is. I think, I don't know, I would get your money back, but obviously you want that console. I don't know, I'd go somewhere else. But is that going to change it? Well, it should do, because if there hasn't been any announcements about that there are faults on it, I don't know, because I say I don't know nothing about games much, but that would be my only thing. If nobody else is, you should have a good working copy. If everybody else has had one, you should have one. You're paying for it. But if obviously if there has been some sort of problems, then yeah, they should sort it out. But I don't know. I really don't know. Right. Holiday at the House on Sexy Beast, our house in Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Oh, Sexy Beast, the Ray Winston one. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, I think I'll go for that one now. Yeah. Yes, I'll go for that one. Right, someone. And then Sandra said, I think you're right, Tony. Doctor Who needs a break, 2 to 3 years minimum. Yeah. I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be upset about it, no, because what we've had has just been so bad. It really has. In all fairness, if they've attempted a repair and obviously failed, you should get a replacement from them, in my opinion. That says it all, yeah. And then, they mention Rockford Files on Frasier a lot, do they? I don't really watch Frasier that much. I know somebody who does, though, who's a massive, massive fan of it. But yeah, Rockford Files, it was one of those series that was very popular, I think. When the BBC showed it, it did really well for them as a rating. Oh yes, Tony says this one as well. Rockford Files, great theme, yes, excellent theme. I bet somebody would talk about the theme on that one. Was that Mike Post or somebody who did that themes? Or maybe, I don't know. See, I know so virtually nothing, but I seem to have something in my mind. That name sort of sticks out on that. I may be wrong on that. Yeah, in an action comedy, would you rather be the police chief yelling or Arnold or Stallone? Well, you've got to be the sort of hero, I think, especially as I'm nothing at all like Arnie or Stallone. I'd be Arnie. a massive Arnie fan. I just love Arnie. Anything he does, I just love him. And I would rather be him. He's the hero, crikey. And the police chief yelling, he's not the hero, is he? Yeah. But he's always there kind of as the banter almost. The bit where you've got to have somebody yelling at you, and you have this with them, saying, get this job done, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I like all that. So I would rather be Arnie, definitely. But it must be good fun shouting at these actors. Playing a role like that must be quite a good role as well. But yeah, ultimately you got to be the hero, aren't you? You got to be. Make a Laurence Olivier biop. Now that is interesting. I mean, what an actor he was! Crikey! Wow. That if you know something, that is an absolutely brilliant suggestion. Really, I mean, his career was a massive career. He working right till quite an old age, wasn't he? And going right back, 1930s, isn't it? 1930s. It was a massive career, and the way he progressed. The fact is, what I like about Olivier is obviously people talked about his sort of theatre work that he did. He was, acclaimed Shakespearean actor, and then in other things like I think The Entertainer, wasn't it, and which they made as a film as well. But the fact that he was a stage theatre actor and then did all these films. He did so many films. I think it was great. It showed you that films, which was important, because you can imagine there might have been some snobbery among some people. The fact is, he was such a great actor. He was willing to not have this sort of demarcation thing, theatre actors, film actors. He was very happy to be a film actor as well. Because I think there'll obviously be film actors who didn't do the theatre. And there'll be some theatre people say, I'm not doing films and that. But I'm sure secretly some of them probably did want to do films. But yeah, that was the strength of Olivier, his length of his career, the amount of films he was in, and the roles. What a great actor. And I think a biopic would be absolutely fantastic. I'd love to know more about him. There must be a lot that we don't know about him. That's a great choice. I would love to see that. Actually, would love that. But would they do it? I don't know. Somebody might. Perhaps nobody's thought of it. Sandra says, Tony, I hope I can get a refund. I have no confidence in Nintendo anymore. You should be able to get a refund. You should be entitled to that. And definitely, you should get that. I hope you do get it. You definitely need, after all what you've been through, that's it. You deserve to have that refund now. You're entitled to it. You are entitled to a refund. Definitely. And then Acres of Moon says it would be fun to see you in a Western as the one owning or building the town, or maybe a train expert, etc. Yeah. That is it's funny. I was thinking about how the West began in a way, going right back historically, thinking, and I'm going on about it, but when it started with the colonists, and then the colonists had to expand, and they started to go further and further, and then discovering that America was so vast as they were going along, and the idea of going into the desert areas, and then in the desert areas creating towns, there'd be like outposts at first, And then you had the military side with the building of forts, garrisons, forts, whatever you want to call them. It's just it's a fascinating era as it expands and as they push towards the west, further and further, eventually to the coast, right across. It's just a fascinating time, and that how the West was built, the cowboy era, how that developed, and then I suppose kind of disappeared again eventually. Obviously it disappeared, but how it was interesting. I always think of it because of, you think of Britain in Victorian age, and then in America you got the Westerns, and to some extent Australia as well, the same kind of Western mentality. You've got building a country. In a way, it's like they're linking Westerns with, which it is about. It's building a country, and that's what all these frontier towns are. They're pushing and building a country, and Australia is a good example as well, obviously with America. But I think it is exciting building a place from a start. I mean, if you notice in Westerns, what do you have? You normally have the sheriff's office, you have the bar. It's essential. You have stables. So they often did put a church up, and then you'd have the store. I always liked the store. The wonderful store that you had that seemed to sell everything. Anything that they could trade, they would sell, and everybody would, the ladies would come in Westerns, as they were saying, oh, have you got this new material from so and so they could make their dresses and clothes and that, and the shopkeeper would be there. Yeah, all this sort of trading going on. It's how it all slowly built up, and you can imagine that's why the sheriffs became important, because of there was no law and order, was there, initially? So towns, to protect themselves, they'd sometimes basically they'd employ a sheriff. The sheriff would be employed. It's just fascinating to see how something develops, and then obviously there would have been more houses slowly developed over time, and it's just fascinating watching these settlements get bigger and bigger, and eventually become quite big cities, towns, and then some would become cities. It's just a fascinating period in history, and that's why I think there's a fascination with West. It's such an exciting era, I think. So there's a question for you then. Hello, I'm glad you're back. It says, it would be fun to see you in a Western as one owning or building the town, or maybe a train expert. Oh, yeah, I forgot about trains. I love the idea about trains. But yeah, I'll let you talk about that idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I always thought the West was won by Debbie Reynolds and Jimmy Stewart, but maybe I'm thinking about something else. I don't know. Maybe I had to bring a film in there somewhere. But it was. Well, everybody knows it was probably the toughest time in America, but probably one of the most exciting times. I think you'd like it from a certain period, like when the Constitution was being written and all of the politics that was going on and all of that sort of stuff around then. I'd have been disgusted, I think, by how they conquered it. We all know how they basically just wrestled their way and took the Indians and all of the natives that were there. Was terrible, but it must have been one of the most exciting times. Just think of the technology that was coming out from there, the telegraph pole, all of the way that you communicated, the printing press, all of that sort of stuff. I mean, that's exciting, isn't it? You don't see too much of that in westerns. It's all about cowboys, rustling, farms, all of that sort of stuff. But there was certainly towns growing, towns twinning with other towns, making then therefore the gap smaller, turning into cities, etc., etc. I could see you actually. Whenever I think of a western, I keep thinking of you as probably the person that makes all of the makes all the caskets.
Oh.
You know, and the grave digger.
Oh, thank you. Lovely.
You know how it always is. He's got a beard and he's there with
Yeah.
his sort of like measuring up and all that sort of stuff. He's always got a beard, hasn't he? Right? He looks a bit shifty looking. I thought, I see it, that. No, but you know when you think of all of that, you know, like cutting down all the trees and getting them down the rivers and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, it's how the West was won. Sort of opened my eyes to an awful lot, because it did talk about the war. It did talk about the how most people with money gambled in a way. You know, they owned property. They became the town keepers. They had more power than anything, but they could have it all taken away in 15 seconds by some bloke coming in and going, "I think I'll shoot you," you know what I mean? And then getting away with it. You know, the hardest thing I think in the world is probably a sheriff to find his deputy, because every time I watch the Western, right, the deputy was always dead. The sheriff was always trying to find someone to bloody replace him. Because the sheriff sat on his ass all day. You know what I mean? In his desk, in his rocking chair or something. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing. Everything was wooden. It must have been hot. It must have been hot when it was hot and cold when it was cold. You know what I mean? We don't think about those things. And then washing and cleaning and sanitary and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, you know, the Carry-On's always, and Blackadder always used to say, yeah, you stick your ass out the window and you shit. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically sanitary, you know.
You don't see proper roads, do you?
No, it's all mud.
It's all
mud everywhere. And what you saw in shows like Deadwood and that was big long lakes in the middle of the town. That was the sewage going down south, you know, if you see what I mean, down the hill, you know.
It must have absolutely stank.
And how the women used to cross over from shop to shop, I don't know. Because you'd have had a bloody great big lake to traverse. You might as well have had a bridge made in the middle of the town. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I mean, we all know how London grew up, and for years and years and years, that's what they had. They had shit just going down the middle of the streets, those cobbled streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what it was like with mud. I mean, what you know what I mean? It must have stank in it. It would have sank into the water when it went down would have sank, and you'd have just been left with piles of shit. Horse shit was there as well. I mean, they were just pinned up outside saloons all the time. Well, where the bloody hell are they going to go for a shit then, unless it was going to be outside there?
And then people's personal hygiene. How often did they have a wash?
Tin baths and that. You had to pay for someone to lift a tin bath into your room and then pour hot water into it. It took probably about 45 minutes or something to fill the bloody bath, but by then it was cold again. You know what I mean? I mean, it's awful, really, and yet we glamorized it, didn't we? I mean, you see John Wayne and all of those sort of like great westerns, and they all had them checkered shirts on. They looked clean, and I was going, "Hey, what you got a box of Persil somewhere or something, and a washing machine?" Because I tell you what, I don't know how you get it like that. You just ridden for 3/4 of a day to get to this place where you're going to have a shootout. All the dust and dirt that must have been blown into your face while you were going along this bloody prairie and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Little House on the Prairie sort of like shows more often, I think, than some of the westerns.
And also, what about all the prostitutes? I'm sure they were all
Yeah.
probably had clap or something and then passed
Well,
it on.
that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Deadwood did have a doctor, and he was always on call for the prostitutes. That I mean, Deadwood is one of those shows that I think was quite pioneering. There's been some good
realism.
there's been some good Western shows that you can watch now, that are on Netflix and all of that. Like, I think there's one called 1802 or something, and I think there's one called Yellowstone or something.
It was because things were dirtier and they looked more realistic, didn't they?
Yeah, and I mean because of the multinational part of it, everybody called people, the Chinese horrible names, all of that. They always were denoted as being the place where you took your washing.
Oh, the laundry. Japanese laundries. I mean, Chinese laundries.
Why they got their reputation from? I'm pretty sure of it. And that's what. But then there was the Irish there, and all of that sort of stuff. So
it's quite well. Don't forget, they were described as opportunities in Ireland. They were advertising people to go over to America and start up, working over there. That's what they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right. And then Tony, I was showing my age, but anyhow, Tony New York says, never seen Maverick TV series or films. Favorite well-known Western TV series. Yeah, High Chaparral, Rawhide. Have a few more lesser-known ones too. Do you remember Maverick TV series?
Sort of. I remember the High Chaparral and Bonanza, obviously.
Bonanza, obviously.
Rawhide, a little bit. But it's like what was that? Something like The Masked Gunman or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger and Champion the Wonder Horse. But what I'm saying is I think there was something called the Lone Gunman or the something Gunman. And it always had him. You always saw a shadow with him carrying a gun as the title. I can't remember what it was. But apparently that was well known in the States, but I didn't see much of it because if it wasn't on in the summer holidays, or it was on a Saturday morning show, like Champion the Wonder Horse and the Lone Ranger were, and High Chaparral and Bonanza, they were all on Sunday lunchtime type things on BBC. If they weren't on that, then I didn't really see too much of it. Do you see what I mean? Because that was it. But I used to love Bonanza and the High Chaparral,
Yeah.
The theme tunes say them all, really. Don't they? I mean, everybody knows.
And the Virginia. Don't forget the Virginia.
The Virginian, isn't it? The Virginian.
That's where he started out, Doug McClure, didn't he?
Yeah. But Clint Eastwood was he? No, he wasn't in Rawhide. I don't think he was in. He was in a well-known American Western TV show before.
He was, yes. Yeah, and I don't know which one it was. Yeah, he was,
But anyway.
But I say Maverick, I remember more the TV series with James Garner. I know that.
Well, he reprised his role, didn't he, in the film?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, the one with Jodie Foster and Maverick. Yeah. Right.
Mel Gibson film, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. And then we've got James saying, anyone seen the Western The Valdez Horse starring Charles Bronson? Is it worth picking up? I've heard of it.
I
haven't watched it. In fact, it could be one that Tony sent. I'm not sure.
Oh, I wouldn't be bloody surprised, would I? I mean, Tony, we haven't mentioned Tony yet, have we? The little shit, right?
Yeah.
How many films did he send you this week? What was it? 30, 40? What we got? We got enough films to last us till Christmas yet, have we? Because it won't be long before he'll be sending his. It won't be long before he'll be sending his Christmas tack to you, will it?
Yeah.
Hey? I mean, there'll be Santa this, Santa that, all that sort of shit. Oh, I think I'll do a Blu-ray upgrade on that. I'll send this shit to Ian. Look.
And then Tony says, "Oh, you may have mentioned Willoughby Conspiracy. Yeah, that was Michael Caine one. I've probably forgotten. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I know you sent me it with Michael Caine in it. South Africa. It's set in." Tony says, I've heard of it, Jamie. It never bothered. It doesn't appeal after I saw the synopsis. Chateau's Land is one I can recommend, Jamie, with Bronson. It's a Bronson one, yeah. And then Jamie says the box set is still worth picking up because Stir Crazy is great too. Oh yeah, this is on about the
Gene Wilder and box set. I've got that. Is it from Imprint? Is it?
Yes, no, Indicator. I think
Indicator.
That box set.
Yeah. I bought it when it came out, so it was about 40 quid, I think. But it's probably cheap.
It's a nice box set. Yeah, it's probably it'll be out of print now. I would have thought. Oh, you never know. It's still. Didn't you say it could still be on the sale? Actually, you might have said it was on the sale.
Just a minute.
Yeah, I think it still could be on the sale. It may not have got into individual because the Indicator I'll eventually put them to individual standard copies. The films may not have gone. Areas.
Hang on. I know I saw it the other day. Hang on. That one.
That's it. Yes, that's it. That's one that it's a nice one, that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Excellent. Yeah.
There were 6,000 made.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be going into individual ones. You'll be able to get them still individually eventually, yeah.
Carry on.
And then we've got here, Jamie said, not heard of Chateau's Land, Tony. Is there a Blu-ray? And then Tony says, other Westerns with Bronson I enjoy. Red Sun, also with, here we go, Alain Delon, as Ian enjoys saying that. Thank you. Yeah. I've got that. You sent me, I've got a DVD of that where I can say Alain Delon in it. Well,
I've just gone into that same box that I pulled that out of, right?
Yeah.
And I still ain't opened this, right? Yeah. I got this for what? 22 quid? Right. It's called the Paramount Scares Collection.
Oh,
20 odd quid, that one.
That is a bargain, isn't it? 20 odd quid.
I don't know what it's got on. It's got Rosemary's Baby, Pet Sematary.
Oh.
Crawl, Smile, Sweeney Todd the Demon Barber.
Oh, crikey.
4Ks.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, 25 quid, that one.
That would have been expensive when it came out. That would have been very expensive. Got a bargain there. Real proper bargain. Let's see. I think Breakout Pass I've seen. It's one. Yeah, I remember you sent me that on DVD. That's one with the train, isn't it? Is that the Alistair MacLean story? It could be Breakout Pass. Charles Bronson there. It's on a train, isn't it? That one. That's why I remember it. A bit of espionage.
I've got Red Sun.
Yeah. I've got a thingy of that one, DVD of that. Yeah.
I think I got that as a steelbook.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Not sure.
Yeah. Turns out I got a German Blu-ray, Jamie. I think a UK one has since been released. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Two good ones, Tony. I own both of those. Thumbs up from Tony. And then I've just ordered the Wilder and Pryor box set. $24.99 for 3 films ain't bad. That's the one that you mentioned that you showed.
It's numbered as well.
Yeah. So it's still there. $24.99 isn't bad price, is it?
I'm pretty sure I bought it for about $39.99 when it came out.
Yeah.
And I still thought it was a bargain. 10 quid each.
Yeah. Right. I got something right. Yes, Ian. Mike Post wrote the Rockford Files theme.
He did.
Yeah. It's a name that just came out of my head. I said, "Oh, Mike Post."
Yeah.
And I didn't. Not that I know anything about themes normally.
Oh, good God.
And then it's Ian. would be good as the Undertaker in a Western. Well, thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, I could collect a
Go
few
on then.
bodies.
Hang on. Name some more Mike Post themes.
You see, now you're getting me. No, go on. Yeah, and I'll go. Yeah, go on.
He did Magnum.
Did it? Oh, right. Yeah.
I mean, that's famous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hill Street Blues.
Oh, Hill Street Blues. Oh, Hill
Law
Street
and
Blues.
Order.
Oh, crikey. All of them.
Well, very, very prolific. I mean,
that's kind of classic series that are popular, weren't they? Massively popular. All those.
Yeah.
Hill Street Blues is something I wouldn't mind watching again.
I think you can get the whole of that now. When I saw that was coming out, they were doing it in sort of like seasons, and I was put off by the price.
Yeah.
But I think now you can get it cheap because they're bringing them out Blu-ray. I think they're out now Blu-ray. As soon as the Blu-ray comes out, you can buy them in cheapo sets for like.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Hill Street, because I used to watch Hill Street Blues, and then I used to watch St. Elsewhere.
Yeah, because it's another one, isn't it? That was popular. St. Elsewhere.
Oh, St. Elsewhere. I mean, did that have Denzel Washington in it?
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If I remember rightly.
I can see why that'd be popular. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those going back quite a while now.
Yeah.
I haven't left there. And then Access Acres of Movies is Hello Muckman, and then James says hi, and then he wrote Hill Street Blues and Magnum P2. Yeah, Google not used. Oh, there you are. Well done, Tony. Not Googling.
Those are the famous ones.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the stream on Sunday. Thanks for your contribution. Oh, thank you. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was great. And everybody who were asking questions and involved, thank you so much. Hope everybody else enjoyed it. And then, what movie did you see in the cinema and like more? Jurassic Park or Terminator 2?
Oh, that's hard. Go
on. Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Because I just love Terminator.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to go, because that is such a hard question. I'll go with Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I would as well if it was a different film.
I'll explain why.
Yeah.
Right? Terminator 2 was a follow-up. Jurassic Park was new.
Yeah.
Yes. It was one of those films that when I came out of Jurassic Park, I was going, wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything quite like that.
Yeah.
And of course the music was just stunning by John Williams, wasn't it? I mean, there's nothing wrong with the music in Terminator 2. It's very metallic, and all of that sort of stuff. The special effects, fantastic.
Yeah, actually, I'll switch to Jurassic Park because Richard Attenborough was in it.
Oh, crying out loud.
So I'll switch to that.
you and your bloody 10 Rillington Place shit. I mean, crying out loud. Right. No, but Jurassic Park, I mean, we've all seen monsters, Ray Harryhausen, dinosaurs, all of that sort of stuff. But I don't know what it is. I came out of that film just going, that was spectacular. That is that when you watch it for the first time, everybody shows the same clip, don't they? Sam Neill looking over to the left, and there's those Brontosaurus or whatever it is taking the food out of the trees. That whole Jurassic Park motif suite is playing. It's just stunningly shot. Whoever storyboarded that, they ought to have paid him 3 times more than they did. That's all I got to turn around and say. Because it really is just the most stunning sequence, because I would have been the same. There you are, driving along, you look over to your left, you go, fuck's sake, look, there's a dinosaur, right? You'd be going, right? And I can imagine me listening to that music in my head. What perfect! That's perfect. That is.
Yeah.
And of course, the rest of the film is history. But I mean, it's just I think it just pips Terminator 2, but it is a difficult one.
Yeah, it is difficult. I agree. In fact, you've just persuaded me that Jurassic Park is the one. Actually, yeah, so they are.
I didn't mean to do that.
No, it's true.
There's nothing wrong with Terminator 2.
I think that's fair enough. No, I think it is.
It's just the only reason I went with it is because Terminator 2 is a sequel.
Yeah. But I think you're right. It was a film that you came out and went, wow. You did go wow with that, and I thought, and I also thought, well, you can't go wrong with dinosaurs, and you can't, then you couldn't go wrong with dinosaurs.
I'm not the hugest fan of John Williams, right? Because I do think he plagiarizes an awful lot, right? The Imperial March from Star Wars is well known to be ripped off from Holst the Planets.
Yeah,
it really is, right? But I think I mean, you know that I'm a big Elton John fan. Elton John said, if you're ever unsure what to do, right, write a hymn. Right? Hymns have stood the test of time for years and years and years, right? So if you don't know quite what to do, write a hymn. If you think about it, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, that whole English motif is a hymn.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, that bit that I've just been talking about, could be a hymn.
Yeah.
It's that style, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Schindler's List could be a hymn.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's where I'm saying a good composer knows what to do at certain sequences. If you're going to slow it down and you want a theme, I mean, I love Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade score. That whole English sort of like every time you they were talking about the Grail, it played this motif.
That's right.
And it sounds English and it sounds old.
Yeah.
It's a hymn.
Yeah. And then Tony says, yes, Jamie, they usually have an Undertaker kept busy in more spaghetti westerns. They do. They deliberately show the Undertaker, don't they? With a coffin ready. And,
that's why I said I think you could be the Undertaker.
Yeah. And then go to a hotel and casino for Jaws or Matrix.
What's that in relation to? Sorry. Go to a hotel
and
casino for Jaws or
Matrix. Go to.
Not sure. I missed half the stream, so apologies. My mum surprised me with a Santa present. You see, so it took a bit yeah, there was a Yuletide log, and I had to get rid of it.
Oh, lovely. Nice.
That's why I was a bit later than.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to work that one out. Go to a hotel and casino for. I know we were on about. I don't know. We were on about. I don't know. It fits in with Jaws or Matrix. We're on about hotels and a casino. In places when they build them up and what have you.
Oh, you mean themed hotels?
I don't. I don't know.
I've been to Las Vegas, and they do have themed hotels.
I don't know whether we were on about that, but that's it. Well, you can turn it into that.
You can go anywhere in America, and you'll come across a diner that's out the 60s.
Yeah,
and you will find people dressed up as Marilyn Monroe and all of that, doing 60s sort of like.
Yeah.
I haven't come across one that's Jaws or Matrix themed, but I haven't been to the States since 2005. So,
yeah, it's a while ago now, isn't it?
That's 20 years ago. So.
Yeah, and we've got you saying 5 minutes.
Yeah, sorry.
And then we've got Tony saying, "Please come back, Del. All is forgiven. I'm rantless." Oh,
Yeah, well, I've changed that. I changed that as soon as I came back. Flipping hell.
And then, yes, give Biggles a chance. A fun worker, maybe.
Biggles? What, the film?
Oh yeah, we were on about Biggles. Yeah.
Well, you know, I did my retrospective on that, didn't I?
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah. And then, your Al Pacino Mount Rushmore. Oh, is that Al Pacino? Al Pacino Mount Rushmore.
Well, the only thing that makes me think about Mount Rushmore is North by Northwest.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Which has got your other famous. Oh my God! I really love this actor.
Yeah, we know, and he's a Yorkshireman, so
and he's a Yorkshireman,
and he's born in Huddersfield.
Yeah, we keep going back to that.
There's Aiken's movies. I want Ray Winston for next Loomis. Maybe have twin Loomises or two Loomis brothers, one good and one bad. Oh, a big fan of Ray Winston. Yeah,
I told you that there was that Ray Winston film that was set in Australia that I bought. That was a box set. Do you remember? And it was about two brothers, and he sets. I think Ray Winston sets one of them against each other.
was that the? Is that Tracker? Was that Tracker?
Something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
no. It was a yellow box from the BFI, and I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's got Ray Winston in.
Yeah,
it was filmed. It was filmed in Australia as a western.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned it before, actually. Here we are. Question for Ian Delboy. I'm trying to build a collection of Sid James DVDs. Can you recommend any not well-known films or series with him, not counting Carry On, as I have them all?
Oh, God. Well, he's in Quatermass 2.
Yeah. He's in some of those early 60s ones.
He was in that other horror. He was in that other horror film, that Hammer horror film that I bought the other day, called the Something Man, wasn't it? That Black Man or something, wasn't it? Part of that Hammer set.
Yeah.
As part of that Hammer set.
Is a reporter, or is that quite a last one?
God.
I think. Yeah, I know. I remember seeing him as a reporter.
Oh, of course, yeah. Am I still there? I've lost picture. I've lost picture.
Picture, lad.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what it was. It was with Burt Lancaster.
Oh.
Trapeze.
Oh, he's in that. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in Trapeze.
Oh.
I remember that because Trapeze is one of my favorite films. I must admit, he's been in a few fringe comedies. He was in some Ealing ones. He came over, didn't he? From, was it South Africa as a heavy, and then got into comedy, didn't he? So he was a heavy, wasn't he? In a lot of
he was. Yeah. He's very different in those early film roles. Very different.
But wasn't he in a few? Wasn't he in a few like Ealing type films, like Benny? You know, like Benny Hill was in a film, you know, and all of that sort of stuff. He was,
you
know, I just can't think of the names. I'm sorry.
No.
But Quatermass 2, Trapeze, I would definitely.
I can't think of him in a film, but it's because it's the spin-off film that they'd have Blessed This House. So that you could count.
Yeah, but I thought that because of the Carry On, she'd probably know that.
She's not counting Carry On. But yeah, there's Bless That House. Think of any more.
What's that? What's that one that you like? That's with the trains. The Titfield Thunderbolt, something like that.
Is in that one? Yeah, I think he could be in that one. Yeah, that's the Ealing one. Yeah. I think he could be in that.
That's a good film.
Yeah. But they're not big roles. They're always sort of smaller roles.
No, but you see, he was well known for the Carry-Ons, but he was also well known for his TV stuff. Like being with Hancock.
Oh, Hancock! That was a big.
When you go past that, Hancock and the Carry-Ons and stuff, it was fringe parts.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not got a big role in Quatermass 2. I just remember him being in it.
Yeah, I do. I remember him. Yeah, I'm sure he was a reporter ringing up.
Yeah,
and all that. Yeah. Right. Tony says the West could have turned out very differently if either Spain or France had pursued exploration and colonization more. Orange Trump would be Hispanic. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
You know the history better than I do.
Yeah,
it was true. Because England ruled the waves, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Spain and France were trying their best to get in all over the place, but we were just.
Isn't it famous that we gave it up because we were being battled by Spain and all of that sort of stuff? They needed to bring the Navy back, didn't they?
Our Navy was what ultimately. Don't forget, Spain declined by 19th century. Spain was a declining power. France had been quite a big power, but in the 19th century, after Napoleon, they were declining. So these colonization periods, they were initially they'd been there, but they were started to decline, and they didn't have the resources. Basically, they didn't have the resources to, they want a big enough power to expand. Whereas in our country, we just carried on and on. We were the powerhouse of the world, industrial powerhouse.
All I know about it is that we were really, really close to keeping America, and then there was a war. Because of the war in the sea, they had to claim. You had to claim as many ships back because of invasions by Spain and France and everything. So it's too far away. So
Napoleon was a massive threat. Yeah,
but I'm talking 17th century and all of that sort of stuff. When their first presidents were being brought. When you got John Adams. When you got John Adams around.
18th century is when America got its independence.
Yeah, so of course we're talking 80. That's what I'm talking about. That early back.
Yeah, France had quite a big interest out there, but and Spain, as I say, were declining, but there was still there was a Spanish influence, obviously, in South America. I like when you say an orange Trump could be Hispanic. Yeah, that would be an interesting thing. An Hispanic Trump. Yeah, because they're not too keen, are they? They've got to find other people to go at, and it's usually Hispanics next on the list. But there we are. Anyhow, because this is Jude Law for Olivia. Oh, interesting. Because I don't know if you were here. The question was, why hasn't there been a biopic of Laurence of Olivier?
Yeah,
and I can't think of one, and it's a great choice. I mean, what an actor, and I'm sure what an interesting life he had. Massive period, covers a massive period, doesn't it? From 1930s right through, I think, to 70s. you know, in theatre mainly at the beginning.
Michael Caine was
Yeah.
with it, wasn't he, in one of his
Yeah.
early films?
But they hasn't.
In fact, actually, the one with him in, there was only the two of them, wasn't it, in this sort of stately home where they were arguing an awful lot.
Yes. What's that one called? Oh,
Is it called Clue or something like that? I can't remember. It's one word.
it could be, yeah. That which has recently come out, isn't that a fairly new release in the last couple of weeks? Clue.
I just know that I tried to order that film, the Michael Caine one, and couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Sleuth. There you are. Somebody's just said
Sleuth, is it? Oh, right, Sleuth. But
it's one of those. It's one of those ones I haven't gotten one.
I think, getting back to your question, I'm surprised nobody has had a look at Olivier. You'd have thought somebody like Kenneth Branagh would have had a go at that as a project. Right up his street, you would have thought.
Yeah.
Kenneth Branagh would do a good job. I'm sure they could find a good actor. I'm sure they could. Yeah. Jude Law might well be a good actor to choose, yeah. Would they have a younger one and an older one? Would they have two different actors? I wonder.
Oh, for young and old.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, probably would have to.
Yeah.
Don't know, with all the special effects these days.
Well, I was just going to say they do this de-aging thing, don't they?
Yeah, well, it was in, like I said, it was in The Irishman, but it was done well I thought The Irishman wasn't too bad. It gets a bad rep for that aging thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was done quite
well.
But
don't forget, things might have improved even. Might look better now. I don't know. It could, who knows? And then Tony says, Sandra, I have a box set called Sid James Collection with 3 films on, at least one of which, The Big Job, isn't available. Otherwise, as far as I know, I also have a comedy series with him called Two in Clover.
Yeah.
It's on network DVD.
Isn't Two in Clover where he goes off into a farm?
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I've got Two in Clover, yeah.
I saw Jim Jam, I think, when he was showing his network collection. I'm sure that one he showed. Sandra says, thanks, Tony. And then
well, hello, Sandra.
Acres of movie. Richard Burton is back from the dead and fit and 40 and wants to act. He calls you. What role should he take? A new Bond villain or Magneto? Oh, that's really putting him into modern sort of Magneto, isn't it? It's interesting.
It'd be good as a new Bond villain.
Oh, yeah. Because he never did a Bond film, so that would be a great choice.
I think it would be a little bit out of his comfort zone for a Marvel science fiction fantasy type role. I might be wrong there, but I think he'll be naturally suited to be a Bond villain.
Yeah,
he's got that voice, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's a very good goal. He could. I mean, a lot of people have done Marvel. He could have perhaps done something in Marvel. I wouldn't put it past him. In some roles he took, he would have taken it because I think he was just quite happy to take anything sometimes. And he would have taken. I'm sure he would have taken a Marvel film.
He might have actually been a good Thunderbolt Ross from the Hulk. General Ross.
Yeah. I think he would have done. Yeah.
Magneto, you see, the X-Men.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. I don't know about that one.
I think a Bond villain.
I can see him being in a Marvel film. I just don't think Magneto. I just don't see him as Magneto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if he did come back and he's 40, can he redo Exorcist 2, please? Because I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on in that film. It'd be really nice. It would be really nice for him to make sense. For him to redo it, make sense of it. But I don't want him to change one thing about War of the Worlds. You can not go back and do any of that. I'm happy with it. Thanks very much.
And then we've got Acres of Movies saying, I want a new Dirty Harry set. There was going to be a Dirty Harry movie in 1993 to 1995 era with Anthony Hopkins as villain, but the movie was never made. I didn't know that. You know, Anthony Hopkins was up for that.
I just remember I went to the cinema to see Deadpool and I was a bit disappointed. I think it's because I'd seen and really enjoyed the early Dirty Harry films, and when the Deadpool, it's enjoyable to watch. Don't get me wrong, and I love it when I'm watching it as a big box set and all of that sort of stuff. And it's got a young Jim Carrey in it and Liam Neeson and all that sort of stuff, hasn't it? In it, but it's just that it seems gloss. It doesn't seem gritty. San Francisco doesn't look dirty and ugly and horrible and all of that sort of stuff.
Should do, yeah.
And San Francisco is very much a character, I think, in Dirty Harry films. I've always said it. I've just turned around and always said it. San Francisco is as much a character as Dirty Harry is in his own film. And it just seemed like any other city. It could have been done in Chicago, as far as I'm concerned, when I was looking at that film. But, you know, the Deadpool's all right. I wonder what it would have been like for Clint Eastwood in the 1990s doing another Deadpool. Because Deadpool's 88, 89, is it? Or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. I think
so it'd have been another 5 years older and he was getting on a bit then.
Yeah, that's
Dirty
true.
Harry. You know, they always turn around and say, you know, Roger Moore went a bit too long in the tooth for James Bond and the A View to a Kill. And you look at it and you go, he's
just a
definitely
bit
more gaunt looking and more. So I think to myself, would Clint Eastwood still be good as a Dirty Harry at that age? He probably would. I mean, I love him in The Line of Fire.
Yeah. He could.
But I just think of him as probably being in The Line of Fire. You know, for Dirty Harry, it's like that's what he would look like. And I just think, he was. You can't have him running all the time. All of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But he was so cool, wasn't he, as Dirty Harry? Dirty Harry is such a great set. I love Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
I've told you how much I love Lalo Schifrin and all of that.
You mentioned a lot. Yeah.
So Anthony Hopkins in 1993 playing that. Oh, that would have been good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. He's still a great actor. He could still do it, can't he? Anthony Hopkins. And then we've got Jamie saying Sandra Sid James was in the brilliant Ealing comedy. The
Lavender Mob. Of course he was.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's an exceptional one for Muckman's come out with on that one. The Lavender Hill Mob would definitely be.
It's a good.
That would be the one outside of the carry-ons that you've got to buy.
Yeah. And then Tony says duck boards, for crossing muddy western streets. Yeah, there were all that mud you needed to get across. Yeah. And then thanks, Muckman. Sandra says, and then Acres of Movies, a new western in production called Blood Jerky about Pinkertons that starts a new town, and a lot else is being sold at EFM. What does EFM? Do you know what EFM stands for?
It starts a new town, and a lot else is being sold at EFM. I don't know.
No. Blood Jerky. All right. I like that title. Just check. Lavender Hill Mob is also on the set I mentioned. All right. Yes. Eating ones. Make Shanghai Noon.
Shanghai Noon free. Yeah. Oh, God. I haven't thought about Shanghai Noon for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, no. This one, again, I don't know how many versions of this film there's already been. remake a Mutiny on the Bounty. Who should direct? Who would you cast? I know this sounds awful, but why would you make another version of it? There's been so many of it.
Master and Commander, and you've the Mel Gibson one.
Oh,
isn't that even that far back? Is it really?
yeah.
80s, isn't it? Mutiny on the Bounty with Mel Gibson. But I tell you what, I wouldn't mind a Mutiny on the Bounty mini series, a 2-parter over a bank holiday or something. And who would I have?
Could you have Russell Crowe? Russell Crowe?
Well, he's in Master and Commander, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I thought of that. I thought he seems to fit in that role. Could he play Captain Blythe?
Could do.
He could, play a villain. Captain Blythe. Well, he is in Some People Don't Call Him a Villain. But
I was going to bring the carry-ons then in and say, who could play midshipman Poop Decker?
Oh, Poop Decker.
But no, I won't go down that route. I won't go down that route.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't have people like Jonathan Statham in it, would you?
Yeah.
Or anything like that. You know what I mean?
And
you see a perfect 40-year-old, that we were talking about earlier on. Richard Burton would have been perfect. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
I was saying about a director. I don't know.
You see, a very younger Patrick Stewart would be good as somebody in Mutiny on the Bounty. Because he could be a midshipman or something. He doesn't have to be the captain, does he?
No.
Oh. Well, anyway, I could ponder that for a while.
What about somebody playing it straight? What about Johnny Depp playing it straight?
Yeah.
Would there be too much association? He could play it straight, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could play it straight.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. He's a very versatile actor. When you see Edward Scissorhands and all of that sort of stuff, I mean, he doesn't have to play it pissed up and based on a Rolling Stone plus. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to.
Yeah. He can do it, can't he? Definitely.
I don't see people like Tom Cruise being in Mutiny on the Bounty or anything like that. Or Simon Pegg or any of that. You know what I mean?
No.
Anyway, we better move on.
Yeah, where's going to say? Sandra says, my mum never missed Bonanza, but I hated it. I thought it was very boring and was a kid at the time. Well, you would as a kid. It probably wasn't always, yes. But I remember it being on all the time, Bonanza. It was one of those things.
It was one of those ones where I thought that as it went on, the stories got a bit similar.
Well, yeah, they were running out of
it was always rustlers or somebody coming into their own town, or somebody's come in to be the new worker and he's got a dark history behind
everybody. There was a lot of people with dark histories in Bonanza.
You know what I mean? You can only do them so. But I mean, we lapped them up back in the 60s and 70s, didn't we? So.
Yeah, perhaps we wouldn't now. Nowadays, it would be different. Yeah. I think we might see things differently now. Yeah. Though I don't know if I watched them, I might think, I'm enjoying this. I don't know. It would be interesting to watch it again. And then we've got here who should play. This is Acres and Movies. Who should play in a Halloween 3 Silver Shamrock old Irish folklore
1600 prequel?
That's an interesting.
Yeah. So we've got to think of a Michael Myers that's set in the 1600s.
Well, no, Halloween 3 isn't nothing.
No, sorry, that's Season of the Witch, isn't it?
It's the Masks one where they put.
Yeah, sorry, it's the that's the Season of the Witch, isn't it? So I mean,
which I think is a great film. I think it's one of my favorites, definitely.
It got a bad reputation because everybody was expecting Michael Myers to be in it, wasn't it?
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm not very good at this Halloween free bit.
Well, it's actors. I can't think of any. Who would do a good job? The old Irish folklore prequel. Yeah, you see, you could use younger actors.
Well, you could again just turn around and say 1600. I don't know, Richard Brant. You could go down that Branner route, couldn't you? I mean, do a Shakespeare, a Halloween free Shakespeare in love
With a bit hammy, sort of a bit of ham in it, I think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Irish folklore, you can do a lot.
I do have to say, by the way,
please do not invite the leprechaun. Please, no.
I do have to say, by the way, rest in peace, Prunella Scales. I don't know if I've missed that.
That is, yeah. Oh, what she made that role, she'll always be famous for it. I mean.
Well, I just loved her and her husband.
Timothy West. Timothy West, great actor he was.
Yeah. But anyway, I still can't think of anything for this one.
No, an old Irish sequel. I think there is something there, though. I like the idea. About the
what?
That definitely.
200 years before Jack the Ripper. I mean,
it sounds. You could do. I'm sure there are writers who could do something with something like that.
We are talking Elizabeth I, Henry VIII, Michael Myers going around.
No,
not a Michael Myers. A witch and sorcery.
1600s. We're talking more sort of Stuart period and the real
War of the Roses.
I don't know. You could. It's definitely you could. Yes, Tudors were into witches, but the burnings got more and more, didn't they, as they went on? Certainly in
wasn't it like she was there from like Henry VIII was like 1530 something to 1560 something.
Yeah,
and Elizabeth I was 60 to just the turn of the 1605 or something like that. So I always thought the 16th century then is around that period. So we're talking about a season of the witch around Henry VIII and Elizabeth I.
You could talk. Yeah, you could easily incorporate the folklore into it. You can in any historical period, but the Irish, we weren't too keen on the Irish in those days. We still aren't.
You didn't have too many monarchs that were kings or queens of Ireland, Scotland, and that were you?
They tend to like massacring Irish. I mean, it's terrible, but that's what they like doing.
And who knew that you could just win a war by taking all the potatoes away? I
mean, I've seen one or two episodes of Bonanza. I could never get into it. It was
Rawhide, right?
It was Clint Eastwood's first big role. As it Rawhide.
I was going to say I didn't see too many Rawhides.
No,
I think they were on early morning about 10 years ago before Good Morning Britain was on or something, you know?
Yeah. Oh, there's a question. Best thriller of the 2000s. Oh God.
See, everything I know is things like Seven and stuff like that, but they're not.
They're all old. Yeah.
They're not. Really they're not 2000s.
I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Well, you see, because you got to remember that it for my head at the moment, I just think of like 90s films and 80s films, and when it comes to 2000s, I'm still picking up stuff that I missed when I had my house. You know what I mean? And I haven't bought too too much that's filling in my gaps for 2000.
Yeah, it's
you've seen a lot more films in the 2000s than I have.
I'm cheating.
Yeah, you cheat.
Yeah, but so well then it'll remind you. Oh yeah, I could think of Oh yeah. Well, if I read some of these out to you, you'd probably find them interesting. They've got here. They've listed. There's one here. The Machinist, Memento, The Prestige. Oh, Panic Room. Oh, I love Panic Room. Oh yeah, you could call that one.
Oh, Panic Room is Fincher, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good. I like that one. And then we've got Bug. Then we've got Secret Window, Insomnia. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Well, that was his dark trilogy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Death to Smoochie, Insomnia, and wasn't it some 1 Hour Photo?
1 Hour Photo. Yeah, I love that. That's another good one. I find this my favorite. Vanilla Sky. It says I haven't seen Vanilla Sky. It's Tom Cruise, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen Vanilla Sky.
Oh, this one, the number 23. I mentioned that, the Jim Carrey one. That's kind of
Jim Carrey, the room that with the number 23.
Yeah. Trapped. I don't know that one. What Lies Beneath. I thought that's more horror, isn't it? It's like light.
Well, it is, because that's the I can see the bathtub for that one right now.
Yeah. Red Eye. Yeah, Red Eye is a good thriller.
Isn't that Kevin Smith? No,
that's the one in the plane. Is that Cillian Murphy? I think.
Yeah. I was thinking of another red something or other with that one. Was I?
Well, yeah. There is quite a lot. Oh yes, I forgot Red Dragon. There's Anthony Hopkins in part of the Hannibal trilogy, isn't it?
Yeah,
they remade that.
But I like Hannibal, and I've only ever seen Red Dragon once.
Oh right. Oh well. There is quite a lot there.
Because you've probably got things like the girl with the summit tattoo and all that sort of stuff.
They put Hannibal here again. Oh yeah. There's a good one because I like the concept. Phone Booth. You could call that a thriller.
Oh, Phone Booth.
Phone Booth is a great concept.
It has him hanging on the phone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you wonder where that's going to go.
Who was the person on the phone for that? That was Kevin Bacon. Was it Kevin Bacon?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland. That was it.
Yeah, I'm going to say Phone Booth because I've thought about that for a long time. I really enjoyed Phone Booth. First watching, it's really. Wondering what the hell's going on. Definitely. Yeah, I'll put that one down there. It's one of my favorites at 2000. Originality, great performance. What can I say? So, yeah, I'll choose that one. Do you want to choose one?
Well, bloody hell, you just mentioned them bloody all, ain't you? I mean, and I told you my era is sort of
any of those. Is any of those that you liked? Is there any of those that you liked? Red Eye.
I mean, you were talking there, and I said, "Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. I mean, I like Memento. Yeah,
and Insomnia is a good one, isn't it?
Insomnia is great. Like I said, but I just don't know what the best one is because I'd have to look myself, and I'd go, "Oh, that's my favorite."
Yeah, and Panic Room. I said, yeah, I love Panic Room.
Well, Panic Room's good, but it wouldn't be my favorite.
Yeah, and Memento's a clever film, isn't it? I don't know whether it's my favorite.
It's more clever than best thriller. I like thrillers.
I agree.
You've got all sorts of things like Along Came a Spider, and all these things are coming in my head, and I'm going, "Is that 90s?" I'm pretty sure that's 90s. I'm doing that in my head, you see, which is why I'm not saying anything.
Okay. Well, we'll let you go then. We'll let you go. Right, I've given you my answers anyhow.
You bloody looked on your phone, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you have to do, otherwise we sat here looking even more ridiculous. You got to give some answers to questions. What relief! My rant just came through. Ah, no, you got your rant. Yeah, you needed it, didn't you? And then, do you fancy Mr. Majestic?
I always call that Mr. Majestic, but
Majestic. Is that Charlie Bronson? Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah. And then I'd like a commentary and some making of See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
they did do
Did they do any on the extras then?
no. What I'm saying is that I'm pretty sure when the film was coming out, they actually did a behind the scenes sort of like thing on it. I remember Gene Wilder talking about it on in a chat thing, but I'm pretty sure they showed the scene where they tried to get into the house.
Yeah.
Because I think they were it was very difficult to do because of Richard Pryor's health. If you do a behind the scenes, you'll probably see that he was probably not in the best of health, and so it's very difficult to do that, and that's why I think there wasn't too much.
Yeah,
but I do know that they did do. It's one of those things where it was like a Good Morning Britain in America type thing where they were showing the set, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
When they were promoting it, but it wasn't much. There wasn't a documentary or anything. No.
Right. I'll just be a sod on this one before Delboy says it, because I know he's going to say it. Favorite Sean Connery performance? Outlander.
It's not it's called Outland.
Outland. Sorry. I'll try next. Think of another one.
Well, he's great as obviously as obviously Indiana Jones's dad.
Yes, that's a great performance, isn't it? Isn't that a great performance? Yeah.
But there's so many good Sean Connery performances, really. I mean, I don't like League of Gentlemen. I didn't think that was suitable for him. I think that wasn't particularly great. I know that everybody talks to it about The Hunt for Red October and stuff. I liked him. What's that really old film where he's The Hill, where he has to run up the hill.
Yeah,
I really like that. Obviously, as Bond, great.
Yeah. I think. Yeah,
I don't think he portrayed himself very well in the Hitchcock. Was it Marnie?
Oh yeah, I don't. Yes, I agree. Do you know something? I remember when I reviewed that, I felt the same. Marnie wasn't as good for me as a lot of people rate it very highly. But
I mean, it's well known for the rape. Well, not the rape scene, is it? I mean, it's not really a rape scene, is it? But it's not nice to women.
No. And
of course, he is a forced scene.
Yeah.
And so that couldn't have done him much favors, I think, in America in regards to that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's at that because his Bond is not as nowadays. People see his Bond.
I mean, I like him in.
But he's my favorite James Bond.
I like him in Robin and Marion.
Yeah.
I like. Obviously, there's the what's that one with Michael Caine with where they're it's the kings of.
Oh, is that the? Oh.
They try to palm themselves off as kings.
Oh, I've forgotten the name of that one. Yeah, I know which one you mean. He's very good in that.
That's a good film. I don't like him in Zam.
No.
It's too much nappy wearing for me.
Oh, I like him with Christian Slater. Is that the name of the Rose? Is that what?
Name of the Rose.
Yeah, that one. Medieval one. The medieval monk. Yeah, I like that one a lot, actually. It's good.
Good shout.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Isn't he in Time Bandits at the end?
Could be. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I'm really being obscure now.
Yeah.
God.
There is a film I've never seen, but I know people rate it highly, which is The Assault. But I've never seen that one. That's why he's a police officer into interrogating somebody.
Yeah.
A sexual crime. I think the person he's interrogating.
Oh yes, I've got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cop.
Yeah.
It's basically it's an interrogation scene.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the way through that.
A lot of people mention his performance has been really
he's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course we've got the Untouchables.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Which he did he win the Oscar?
Won an Oscar for a supporting role.
Yeah.
In that one.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a good career. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. Now, Tony says enjoyed Mr. Majestic. Yeah, Mr. Majestic. And then James says I've just ordered 2 Boychu. Is that Boychu? Western starring Randolph Scott. Crikey, Randolph Scott. That's going back. The Tall Tea and Comanche Station. Any good, Tony? Oh, Tony will know. Randolph Scott's one of the old-fashioned cowboys, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, it says here only £6 each. Well, you can't say fairer than that. Yeah,
can't say fairer than that.
And then Acres of Movies. Yes, I know someone that is very reticent to watch Mr. Majestic. I wish they would just watch it. I think it's a good movie. It's based on Elmore Leonard's writings with characters from his book. Oh, right. Yeah. I've not seen that, but I've heard Bronson Day does get mentioned a lot. It was a Bronson movie. For some reason, I ain't a big fan of Randolph Scott. No particular reason. Maybe I should give them a try. I've only seen 1 or 2 of his. I think it's because he's really that earlier cowboy, before Wayne, or it's similar time as Wayne, maybe, or maybe just before Wayne, because John Wayne did loads of cowboy films in 30s, didn't he?
Yeah.
What movie character would you want for your entourage? They walk with you everywhere. You go and carry a boombox. And what song do they play? Put me neck. Oh dear. What movie do you want as your entourage? Me, an entourage. God. Having an entourage. Yeah.
What movie character would you want
what movie
for your
character?
entourage? I suppose somebody at a Saturday Night Fever, I suppose, isn't it? Or do you want the Bee Gees walking down the street singing Staying Alive?
I know I love Will Smith. As long as he don't hit anybody, we're all right. And he
doesn't hit anyone.
And he could carry a boombox, could Will Smith. And what song do the what song could he play? I don't know what song play. I know. Free, all right now. Because I love that song. All right now, Free. It's one of my all-time favorite songs, so I'll say that. And it's just such a great song, and the guitar riff, and Paul Rodgers, and just fantastic vocals on
I don't know. I'm going to have someone like Denzel Washington, and I'll have somebody playing the music, The Shaft or something.
Okay. There you are.
I'll go weird. Do that.
Why not? Go, well, why not? We all go.
Because so many people are probably doing that. Yeah.
Do you want me to go really?
I'll have John Travolta and I'll have John Travolta and Staying Alive playing. I'm like, why are you going? So you're going down the street, with the Bee Gees, Staying Alive playing music.
I'll tell you, if you want to go really weird, Klaus Kinski. He's so weird. That would be weird. Playing Gary Newman.
With Romeo and Juliet and Capulets or something, right? Or some sort of Russian classical music.
Class. Yeah, there we are. Let's see. The old doors for you, etc. Yeah. Days you're saying on there. LA Law Mike Post, I think, NYPD, when NYPD Blues, maybe. You are stuck at the top of Ferris wheel one week. And what movie do you watch repeatedly to comfort?
Oh God, Star Trek: The Motion Picture. God's sake.
I normally say Dune 84, but I'll tell you what, I might want some comedy. So I'd have Dune 84, but I really need to laugh. So I put Carry On Camping.
Oh, well, I'd have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
If it's a comedy, I have to choose one of my favorites.
Yeah, I knew you would. I just chose that because it never ceases to make me laugh. There's so many good scenes in Carry On Camping. I just love Carry On Camping. Right. John Berthnell for Bruce Willis biopic. Oh yeah. When I think of Bruce Willis, every day sometimes I think, the end sadly is getting nearer. What they're saying, you're just dreading that announcement. It's going to come. So sad.
Well, yeah. I mean, his health.
Yeah. I know.
It's sad when you think it's only about 4 or 5 years ago that he was in his last film. You know what I mean? It's
I know
you keep
Yeah.
thinking to yourself that he's just taking a hiatus. When actually, I mean, that's it, really.
It's so sad. It really is. Because I've seen they have shown some photographs of him, and you feel really sorry. Very sad. That there might be one day a biopic of him. I don't know. There might well be. He had certainly a massive career, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
And then we've
was he in the film Jumper, wasn't he?
Yes, yeah. Is it Jumper? Yeah, or Looper.
Looper, that's it. It's Looper. I always get the two things up. It's the one where he plays himself and he shoots himself all the time.
Yeah.
You keep going through this. You keep going through this bit and you end up.
That's right. Yeah. But I'm thinking of his TV series. When he started off.
What, Moonlighting?
Yeah, all that going right back.
I was never a Moonlighting fan.
No, I must admit. Also, I always remember him. He's in a Twilight Zone episode. He might have been in a couple, but there's one I remember where he rings up and he's talking to himself. He's in a phone box and he's ringing, and it's himself is ringing up.
That I think was. Yeah, that's the 80s Twilight Zone, the color ones.
Yeah, I remember that one. It just stuck in my mind as a great idea.
Yeah, I've got those. I've got the color ones.
Yeah.
I'm only missing one Twilight Zone, and that's the ones that came out in the 2000s.
Oh,
not the new ones that were a couple of years ago. I'm talking like at 2000.
Oh, right, yeah.
There was a Twilight Zone revival. It was only, I think, one season. Denny's got it.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford it because it was 70 quid for the one box set. And it was ridiculous.
Was it? Wow.
And I just didn't have 70 quid.
Yeah.
And Twilight Zone is my favorite thing to buy.
And there was some good, as I remember, in that Bruce Willis season, there was some really good stories, as I remember, going back now. because I remember it being repeated a few times. I don't know when or where, but I remember seeing them a few times. Something I should get, but you probably can't get them now. And then score of Jurassic Park, very known, iconic. Yeah, we're on my score. Rocket Bunny, all the talk. I might post TV themes earlier. Question to you both: what are your top 5 TV themes of all time? Oh my giddy aunt!
We'd be here forever, but I mean, Twilight Zone would be there. The Invaders, that'd be there. Oh, there's just too many. Because I'd have Doctor Who in it, I'd have Star Trek in it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll give you Doctor Who, Star Trek, Land of the Giants, Twilight Zone. I mean, you can't say anything about that. And Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I absolutely think he's.
You really? Oh, you like Dennis McCarthy's theme?
Yeah, absolutely love that. Deep Space Nine is one of my favorites theme tunes.
I like the Voyager theme more than that.
Yeah, I like that as well. But I don't know. It just brings back a lot of nice memories. I think some things have to do with memories.
Because the Voyager theme's got Jerry Goldsmith in it. You see?
Yeah. Oh God. We'd have to get there, didn't we?
Yeah. I already did it earlier on.
Yeah. I like quite a few of the. I mean, I like Time Tunnel one as well. And
oh yeah, but
really
this is what I mean. You got to remember that during the 60s and 70s, when we were growing up, we all listened to themes. Yeah. Everything was a theme. I mean, there's so many people that would, that of a certain age that would say things like the Beverly Hillbillies and things like Green Acres and Addams Family and the Munsters. But you see, as we keep moving on, then of course those eras change, and that when you get to the 70s, and people are talking about other things like, I remember the first time that I heard the Tomorrow People.
Oh, right, yeah,
marvelous in the 70s. I watched. My sister watched Follyfoot.
Yeah.
With the lightning tree. And you've got the Black Beauty, haven't you? And you've got, I mean, it just goes on and on and on.
I think one of the greatest ones, though, that is so memorable is the Prisoner one, isn't it? The whole thing of the Prisoner, the sequence and the music. Wow, that is just outstanding. Absolutely.
I mean, I love Randall and Hopkirk Deceased.
Oh yes, yeah. That music. Wow, yes, that's a good one, isn't it? Randall and Hopkirk.
I mean, it was so unusual hearing a harpsichord for a main theme.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Right. And then Muckman Movie says, I remember walking out of the cinema first time I saw it and feeling desperate to go back and watch it again.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
Is that Jurassic Park? Right. Which Dirty Harry movie you rank? Which Dirty Harry movie you rank 1 to 5?
The first one's obviously the top one for me. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go like this. It's 1, 2, 4, 3, 5.
Yeah. I think I kind of agree with you. Yeah. For me, I don't know. It's always I think Dirty Harry you can't really argue with, but I really rate Magnum Force.
Magnum Force
I absolutely love. If I had to pick one, in many ways, I watch Magnum Force more than Dirty Harry. I love it that much.
It's a longer film.
It's just something about
it's more corruption.
Yeah,
it's a better story in a way, because Dirty Harry introduces a character that basically has to think about what's the point in me being a cop if people like this can get out. And the second film is more about you now understand that the court system doesn't work. Why don't you join it? Type thing, and he has to he's in conflict because you've got to understand he's a cop, and that's and as much as he hates the way the courts work, he wouldn't step over that one way.
He says it's what we've got, and we have to work with it.
The third one was a weird one because it was like, you're not really concentrating on a story here. You're concentrating on the fact that his partners keep dying and what it would be like if he had a woman partner. It was Tyne Daly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that didn't really work for me, although I knew that was probably the only way they could go. But you're not centering on the whole point on what made the other two films work, and that is, what is Dirty Harry? What motivates him? And what is he? Right?
Yeah.
Because that film was all centric on how does he treat women that are partnered up with him, and you see at the end that he was quite remorsed that she died. Right? Sorry. Spoilers, she died. And the fourth film was more about his wife being in it, but it was an interesting one because that's a Black Widow character. Isn't it? Sandra Locke played a very dark character, going around killing men. Before that was really quite, well, not popular to do, but more, I mean, a person doing that would be a bloke going around killing women. It wouldn't be women going around killing men.
Very much
so. The fifth one, as I said, was too glossy for me. It's almost like there was too many years passed by. Even though, if I remember rightly, the fifth one brings back Lalo Schifrin, I think, for the main theme. I think. Yeah.
Right. Top 5 TV movies: NYPD Blue, Three's Company, LLR, Beretta. Oh yeah, Beretta. Good Times. That's acres of movies. Baywatch theme and song.
I'm sorry, I don't rank Baywatch.
Go to a themed hotel for Jaws or Matrix.
The hotel and casino is
themed in that movie you pick. I
tell you what, I didn't mention all of the 80s. I mean, you got things like Knight Rider, haven't you? Street Hawk. You got You see, I mean, I loved Automan. I love the theme to Automan. I love that theme. I think that theme's great. Nobody talks about Automan. And we're not going to talk Manimal. Fuck off. I am not talking that piece of shit anymore. Right, we've gone past Manimal. What a piece of crap.
Is that asking us? It says, go to a themed hotel for Jaws or Matrix. The hotel and casino is themed in that movie you pick. Oh. I'm gonna cheat here.
Yeah, so you've got to think. You've got a hotel. You've got a hotel, or you've got a casino. What are you going to theme it up as? Jaws or Matrix? Which one are you going to choose? I'm going Jaws.
Yeah, I think Jaws would attract more people. I'm doing it for a more commercial.
I think definitely, Jaws is definitely now so mentioned so many times, even on YouTube channels.
Loads of people.
More than Matrix ever does.
Yeah, exactly. From a purely commercial point of view, bringing in the punters.
Yeah,
Jaws.
I'd have my Jaws pinball table in the corner. I'd have
you have Jaws snacks. there's lots of all sorts of things. Snaps. And then with regard to TV themes, Tony, most of the ICT adventure series have memorable themes, such as Man in a Suitcase. You're right; they do all have memorable themes.
I could turn around and say, look, anything by Barry Gray.
Yeah.
Right. The Jerry. We're talking the Jerry Anderson stuff. You know, you
Yeah.
got Captain Scarlet, Thunderbirds
Yeah.
themes. Christ, I mean, you could go down the whole route
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that and just go, how can you, you know, he did UFO, he did the first Space 1999 theme, he did, you know, I mean, the man was a genius.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, things like Man in a Suitcase, Jason, whatever it was, what his name was, Jason Payne. What was his name?
Oh.
That
Oh.
hippie bloody millionaire.
I
Whatever.
forgot his name.
Oh, and of course, how can we forget the Persuaders and the Protectors?
Ah. Yeah. Persuaders, Protectors. Yeah. Yeah, the Persuaders. Wasn't that a great fun series? If there's a series that ever made you smile, that chemistry between those two in that was fantastic. Though I don't know, I have read reports that things were.
If I remember rightly,
in reality, it wasn't.
Yeah, the theme tune for the Roger Moore and Tony Curtis.
Yeah.
That actually was one of the themes that actually went into the charts, like Van der Valk did.
Yeah. I think wasn't. I don't know. Tony Curtis. What I read about him, his relationship just was so not very good with Roger Moore. They just didn't get on.
I didn't know that.
I know, that's what I read. But he played a bit more. He was the great film star, and why was he doing this TV show? Can you imagine that?
I listen to all of that sort of stuff,
and Roger Moore came from the TV.
I've seen him go on Parkinson and dispute all of that sort of stuff.
Oh well, that's good. You always when we like people, you know, and you can't help but like Roger Moore and Tony Curtis. You always want to think the best, don't you? And hope it's right. You actually do hope that it's genuine. So, yeah, I hope that is right.
Tony Curtis was famous for always saying the same story about Marilyn Monroe, basically.
Yeah.
And then when you asked him about other career stuff, he always talked about Houdini.
Yeah.
He didn't talk too much about the Boston Strangler. I wish he did, because I think that was a major change in his portrayal of how I recognized him, because I used to love Tony Curtis. I thought he was a very great character, you know, because I loved, didn't I? I mean, you know full well that I love Some Like It Hot. I think it's
yeah.
But you know, when you get to because he was also in a TV show called Vegas. Right? Tony Curtis was.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I don't remember that.
Yeah, in the 70s.
Yeah. Oh.
And like I say, Barry Gray. But if you want to know, I think Barry Gray was a genius musician for TV.
Yeah.
The amount of childhood stuff that I've got, remembering Captain Scarlet, UFO.
Yeah.
Space 1999, that beginning, you know, with that, with the eagle coming out the sky, coming out of you know, crashing down on the moon surface with
it.
Yeah. I don't go, wow, this is not Barry Gray, because Barry Gray to me was the Captain Scarlet thing.
Yeah.
But that was sort of like a rock thing. It was like, wow, electric guitars everywhere.
We got here. Jamie said the proposition, Delboy.
Oh, that's the Ray Winston thing.
And he says the proposition. Tony says Winston.
Yeah.
Acres of movies, best train scene.
Back to the Future 3.
That's a good one.
That's my joke. Back to the Future 3.
I know.
Train. You got. I suppose is the Cassandra crossing a train? What you got? Murder on the Orient Express. Christ.
Mine's Von Ryan's Express.
Von Ryan's Express.
Yeah,
you've got that lovely one that you like with Christopher Lee, with that horror film with Peter Cushing.
Horror Express. There is some great films. Honestly, some great.
Taking
ones.
a Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Actually, that's something I have not seen that for years. The original is the best, as I remember.
Oh, with Walter
Yeah,
Matthau,
yeah. And then Rocket Bunny says, I should say my top 10 TV themes. Doctor Who, of course.
Hang on a minute. You can't have 10. We were only allowed 5. Why you got
Blake
10,
7, Equalizer, Star Trek Original, and Tripods. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's 5, isn't it? Yeah. You have done 5, yeah. Well, Star Trek Original series, I do tend to agree.
Tripods was a fantastic score.
Yeah.
I have to say that.
Yeah, and Blake 7 is. Blake 7's a good one.
Equalizer is an interesting one because it took me a long time for me to get to like the Equalizer's theme.
Yeah.
It was all sort of like drums.
Oh, right.
Because it was supposed to be the urban jungle, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the themes. Yeah. Right. Best train scene, all of Snowpiercer. A film I've not seen. I've not seen Snowpiercer. It gets mentioned a lot. Futuristic, isn't it? Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Make new Carry On. Would you rather have Colin Firth or Colin Farrell in key supporting roles? What you name or conceptualized next Carry On as? Oh, crikey. I know. I've got one, which they never did, but I suppose because it's not really an English theme, would be what about Carry On Astronaut? If you had some English astronauts training to go up into International Space Station.
Like Carry On in Space or something.
Yeah, something like that. Going up to England, to the International Space Station, being represented up there.
I think the very last Carry On film should have been Carry On to the End.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
that would be the end. That would have been the end. That would have been the last. That would have been great as the last Carry On film ever to be made.
Yeah, but Carry On, Emmanuel. What a terrible film to end.
Well, some people would say that wasn't the last film to end, was it? Because
the Carry On Columbus, people might say is
but they also at the end of Emmanuel they did they
did a compilation of putting together.
I think a lot of people like to think that those short compilations was the last Carry On because nobody wants to think of Emmanuel as being the one that ended it.
No, they don't. No. Oh, Columbus. Nobody talks about Columbus that much.
Well, that's bloody awful. That's one.
That's why. Yeah. Right. And then Rocket Bunny said I should say my own top 5 TV things.
I
thought we've just had that up here. Oh well. There we are. I'm doing it again. Too Many Crooks, the Sidney James comedy. That's on a Terry Thomas box set. Terry Thomas. Oh, wonderful. He plays a steamroller driver in Titfield Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's why I remember him. Titfield Thunderbolt. Yeah, he was the
USA bought the Louisiana Territory, most of the Midwest and western part of North America from Napoleon in 1803. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Napoleon was after making a bit of money, I think. Yeah, certainly.
So Napoleon, well known for navy and sea, bought a lot of land in the Midwest, which has got no water whatsoever.
Yeah, but Napoleon wasn't just. Don't forget, he was.
I know he led armies. I mean, remember, I have watched Waterloo.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. He's well known, isn't he, for his
name? Yeah, he is. But don't forget his Russia. People forget his attack on Russia.
Yeah.
He was massive, trying to expand all over Europe. He wanted Europe, didn't he? He would have non-stop.
Don't know where he'd get his caviar from. That's all.
Especially as I say, he was a small bloke, wasn't he? Supposedly Napoleon. Very small. Yeah.
Slightly portly.
Yeah, I love that word, portly. It's a polite word. Yes. Sleuth. Yeah, that's what
That was
you
the
were on
Michael
about.
Caine
Yeah.
and Olivia. Yeah.
Caine and Olivia in Sleuth. Yeah. Beat Me Acres. I think that's the real origin of the Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleuth is only available on DVD, I think. Oh,
I heard it's on Blu-ray in America, but I don't know.
yeah.
All I know is I've looked for ages to buy Sleuth as to add to my sort of collection, because it really is a good film. If you ever watch a Michael Caine documentary, you'll always see him talking about Sleuth.
Yeah.
I think it's because it was probably the most well-known film after Alfie, or Get Carter, or No, I think it's the film he did after Get Carter, I think.
Yeah.
So it was a very prolific time.
And then Acres of movies. I prefer new Sam Raimi movie, Send Help, released this year. It looks good with Rachel McAdams and like Misery and Castaway. Really?
Love Misery, love Castaway.
Interesting.
Remember I told you I was so disappointed when I found out that Sam Raimi did that science fiction film with that that was called, it's just got a number, I think it's called 54 or whatever it is. It's a weird dinosaur planet type thing that he with that guy from that was in the Star Wars Force Awakens and all that, the one who played that guy. Absolutely awful that he was a producer on that. I mean, I'd have took my name off. It was an awful film. Bloody hell. What the hell's that? I was looking at it. I went, "You're joking me. Raimi is producer on this piece of shit."
We've got an interesting question here. Favorite movie bank robbery mask?
It's got to be the sort of like scarf around the face, isn't it, for the westerns?
Yeah.
You're not going to wear tights over your face, are you?
No. Oh no. Especially if somebody's warned them, and you go, "Oh God, yeah." I think, was that a joke in Carry On Films or something? Or one of, I don't seem to remember a film where they were going about the tights.
Well, that was with Kenneth Cope as well, wasn't it? Where they were trying to nick all the pregnancy pills or something.
That's Carry On Matron, when he dresses up as a a nurse. That's it. Yeah. So a favorite robbery mask? I don't know. Just a black balaclava over.
I think I might go in with a William Shatner mask or something.
Yeah.
Because it worked for Halloween, didn't it? So.
Yeah. Right. Tony says Vic Dakin from Villain would be a good Cockney Bond baddie for Richard Burton. Of course, he's brilliant in Villain, is Richard Burton. Yeah, that would, a Cockney. But I don't think Bond's had a Cockney villain.
No.
That would be good. Yeah. Sci-fi in the 1980s was trying to gentrify. It's gone downhill again now. Yeah. Maybe, I think, that's a point. Yeah.
Is that SF as in San Francisco, or was that science fiction?
I wonder. You're right. It could be she's on about San Francisco. Could be, couldn't it?
I know that I went to San Francisco in the 90s. For me, I went from 1991 to 2000. I went to California about 25 times.
And
I did the triangle, which was Los Angeles to Phoenix, Arizona, up to like Las Vegas and across Sacramento, to San Francisco, and then down to back to Los Angeles to fly home. and that was
Yeah.
about 2,000 miles.
Mm.
But I loved getting into a convertible car and just driving to different towns and going and seeing stuff like those little towns, you know, those like little
Yeah.
dust towns, you know, where they are all made of wood and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you'd go through things like Death Valley and all
Yeah.
of that sort of stuff. And I
Yeah.
went through Death Valley once on Veterans Day, which is
Yeah.
actually in November. I think it's at like October, November time. If you go to the California, it's Veterans Day is actually then. And you
Yeah.
actually see people going in prairie carts and all that sort of stuff
Yeah.
across, you know, along Death Valley. It's great.
Yeah.
But there you are.
We got Tony saying, I think they'd be hard pressed to improve on the Brando Howard version of Mutiny. I totally agree. It's my favorite version. You can't beat Marlon Brando and Trevor Howard. Fantastic together.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful performance. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Well, as a kid, it used to be mint choc chip, but I'll tell you what I like now, and I haven't had this for a long time. I like vanilla with honeycomb in it. But I must admit, chocolate has always been my favorite. You know what I mean? Or just a standard Mr. Whippy. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
vanilla,
I like that. If I had to choose a flavor one, I like raspberry ripple. I know it's a bit boring, but I like raspberry ripple.
Are you using rhyming slang again?
And then
is that your Cockney rhyming slang?
A bit of raspberry ripple, Mike. You know, you have to do that like that with your hands.
Well, we know what rhyming slang for raspberry ripple is, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah.
A bit of raspberry ripple.
Nipple.
Oh, God. So, rum and raisin. Yeah. Tony says, Biox for Johnny Depp and Michael J. Fox and Bruce Willis. I'd
like Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just purely on the basis that it's such a thing, isn't it? That he had such a career panned ahead of him.
Yeah.
There he was shot up in 1985, and then in the 90s, you know, around about 5 years in. So you're talking about a good 10 years of his of stuff stopped, and all he can do then is voiceovers and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But he did do some TV stuff. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I think that was very brave.
Yeah.
But I'd like to know more about his fight for charity.
I think will.
I
think it will be. But I think sadly, I don't think they'll do any until they're gone.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's going to be. The families might not particularly want them to do a bio. Yeah. Rocket Bunny, mint choc chip or salted caramel. I would have to decide at gunpoint. Oh,
I was going to say, as a kid, mint choc chip. I used to love the fact it was green with little black.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I loved all that.
Yeah. Acres of movies. Also, I'd love a share bioc. I'm sure they'll do that soon.
No, they didn't do a Cher one. They did a Sunny one, didn't they? When he died, and Cher was in it.
Yeah. Movie backs would be fun to see. So many music ones. Cher would be a multi-purpose.
No, they have done a Cher bioepic because it showed her when she was with Sunny, and then going through her career when she was on the TV show and how Sunny manipulated her, you know, and how they then divorced, and the fact that he kept bedding everybody that was going on. You know, I thought I didn't know that Sunny was that type of person. To be quite honest,
who played Cher?
I can't remember because it was a TV. It's one of those. It was one of those American miniseries things that they did, like the Carpenter story. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah, I remember that. I've seen that one, yeah.
Right. So it was
So
like
it's
that.
something that could get made then in the future. I'd say
There hasn't been a film
Yeah, a
shared
film.
biopic.
I'm sure
What I'm trying to say is they did a
Yeah.
Sonny and Cher biopic.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing her piss off and go because he was bedding people when they were doing the Sonny and Cher show. You know, he kept going up to her and saying, she means nothing to me. It was just that you're not around, or you got aloof, or whatever it was, and all this sort of stuff. And you know, and it's and I can understand probably why she was with so many different men.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean?
But Jamie says, with regard bank robbery mass, probably Point Break.
That's a film, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's that one with them, like, it's really stunt writer, isn't it? Where they got aren't they people that jump out of planes or something, aren't they?
I don't know.
Point Break.
It says the ex-presidents.
Yeah, they wore masks of the ex-president.
Yes, I get
Ronald Reagan masks and stuff.
Right. Yeah. And then Acres of Movies. I'd like to see a bank robbery scene where they all wear Jason and Michael and Freddy masks. Yeah, you could have that. That would be good. Yeah.
What about going in to do a bank robbery dressed up as Planet of the Apes? I'll be Galen. You could be Cornelius.
Oh dear.
I bet you any money though. Trouble is, if you did that in America, and everybody's saying, "Well, that's just a normal Friday here." What are you saying?
Oh no, this is interesting. I'd like a Ty West directed Silver Shamrock prequel starring Cillian Murphy as soon as possible. Interesting. Yeah.
By the way, how far we got to go? Because I must admit, it's 11:15 now.
Right. Start production now, please. They say on that one. Thanks. I didn't like The Witch, but would like to see the ancient origin of the masks and Silver Shamrock culture, etc. Not specific to any year, but at least show how they stole Stonehenge, etc. Maybe to some kind of witch type setting, maybe Irish settlements in New York or in California, as indentured servants, and they make masks and folklore curses against their rules, etc. Actually, that's quite interesting. I like that. I'd forgotten one of Prunella Scales' early roles was in Obson's Choice. Oh yeah, until they mentioned it yesterday on the news. Years since I saw it, Sybil and Basil are such an iconic double act. Yeah. And then Mount Rushmore, so top 4 90s thrillers. Oh.
Right.
Yeah. We'll say that. Best thrillers 2000s were coming from South Korea. Did they want us to say?
I know Old Boy.
Top 4 90s thrillers. Oh well. Sorry about that.
You know me. I'm still learning South Korean films, but I mean, that's why I said I learned so much here. But
Bittersweet Life's great.
I couldn't turn around and say best thrillers of 2000 came from South Korea because I've hardly seen any. So
thrillers. There's a lot there we went through.
But I know Old Boy. I know that one.
Oh, the 2000s. Old Boy. I know. And Bittersweet Life is great. I've got them. Actually, I've got all them.
I've only got Old Boy. Yeah. I've only got Old Boy out of those three.
Yeah. And then James says Battle Royale from Japan from 2000s too. Yeah, and you mentioned that one. Sandra says, "What do you love, but your friend hates?" It's Tremors for me. I never get tired of watching it, but my best friend won't watch it.
Well, that's it. That's easy between us two because I like 2001 and you bloody well hate it.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's our film, 2001. Yeah.
And by the way, Tremors is on tonight on ITV4. Believe it or not.
Right. Then go rafting. Oh, in the River Wild, or piano playing in a Shine movie. Oh, the rafting one with Meryl Streep. I love that film. That's a really good one. That, and is it Kevin Bacon is one of the villains in that? I think.
Don't think she was talking Deliverance.
Yeah. I think of River Wild. Yeah. And then Jeffrey Rush piano movie. Insomnia, terrific night listener, interesting too. Also, Almodovar, Bad Education. Yes, yeah. He's great in Finding Forrester. I don't know that one. Finding Forrester.
Yeah, Finding Forrester. Yeah.
What you like better, Medicine Man or Russia House? Oh,
now for me, but I tell you what, I think you'll find both of those of Jerry Goldsmith scores.
Yeah, well, so you're bound to love them.
Medicine Man for me. Sean Connery finding the cure for cancer.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, totally agree. Tony Hawk, Man Who Would Be King, Connery.
There you go.
Brighton City is a good pre-Bond film of his as a partly reformed gangster. Just watched The Offense recently, where he played a cop assaulting a suspect. Yeah, that's a very powerful performance. Yeah, that I mentioned that one. I've not seen it, but I mentioned it quite a bit. I'd like to see a De Palma Sisters remake. He's doing his own remake. Malika Monroe and Sophie Thatcher. Oh, Sophie Thatcher. That would be terrific. Make Sisters again.
I've seen Sisters. Do you know what? I think the thing that shook me about Sisters was the way that they split the screen up.
Yeah.
They did this weird thing where they showed two things going on in the same apartment. And I remember talking to someone and he said, and he turned around and said, it's an awful film. And I went, really? Yeah. And I watched it and I thought actually it was good. I liked it. Don't know what was wrong with it, really. I thought it was quite good. I mean, it's showing its age. Christ, I mean, it was the early 70s or the late 60s.
Favorite Connery performance? The Man Who
Would Be King.
Oh yeah, Darby O'Gill and the Little People. I do love that one. That's a Disney one, isn't it? Sean Connery in that one. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. Actually, Acres of Movies. Ed Harris and Sean Connery, Just Cause, Blair Underwood. All right.
Yeah.
Evening Gang, back from the match. We beat Spurs 2-0.
Oh, Newcastle beat Spurs 2-0. That's good. That's good to hear. Well done, Si.
Yeah. And then James says, evening, Si, congratulations on the win. We lost against Palace 0-3. Slot fielded a tram of youngsters. Oh, right. Oh, is that because you're concentrating on other things, I would imagine. Yeah, that's the way. I'd fancy a Saturday Night Fever Legacy sequel for Travolta. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah.
Didn't Ron Schneider do a Saturday Night Fever remake where it was set on Broadway?
I don't know.
Pretty sure it was.
Tony says, I sigh. Si says, Muckman, how is Isaac doing? Always good to hear because of music. Hi, Tony Hawk. No more questions. I'll still be talking at 2 a.m. Cheeky one.
I have to say, I don't know how we're going to get through this in the next 10 minutes.
Tony Hawk, have you seen Martyrs yet? Yeah, watch Martyrs. What a film. absolutely fantastic. Do you like the comedy Meet the Applegates, the family, insects, etc.? I don't know.
I don't like Meet the Applegates, I have to say.
No, Si, for some reason it slipped away down the watch list. I know that's a big watch list, isn't it, Tony? Laugh out loud. Bedtime for me. Bye, everyone. See you.
I'd like to have said goodbye, but I think that was probably an hour ago.
Sandra. Bye.
It's probably an hour ago.
Next time, I mean, yeah. And Tony says, night, Sandra. And then Acres of Moon's Alien, that Vincent Ward was planning, was on a planet made of wooden items or surfaces. So it would have been a Western. 1991 crime drama. Let him have it. It was underrated. That's Christopher Eccleston, isn't it? Based on a true life story of somebody who got hanged. See, one of the last people to get hanged, nearly. I don't think he's the last people, but I think he could well have been. I think it's a woman, I think, who was last person to...
Yeah, apparently my nan knew her.
Oh, really? I've forgotten her name. They made a film about her. I know they made a film
They've made two films about that.
The one who, sadly, a true crime, a miscarriage of justice, 2 acres. Yes, also another one after Dark, My Sweet, with Jason Patrick Bruce scene and Rachel Ward from that year, underrated. Oh, fantastic. Thanks from Stacey. Acres of Movies. You have a ghost in your house and need some fighters too. Pick 2 characters of the Ghostbusters from part 1. Oh no, 2. And also pick 2 action characters to help your violent house ghost. Action character.
You got to have Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. Then chemistry, fantastic. Action characters. I would say.
So you got to have 2 action characters. Well,
okay.
I'd have Dirty Harry as one.
Yeah.
And I'd probably have Rambo as the other.
Oh yeah, we could have Rambo. Yeah. Yeah.
So you could have the Terminator robot.
Yeah. I could have the Terminator. Of course, I've got to have the Terminator. Yeah.
That'd be a fun one, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh. And then Rocket Bunny. I remember at school we used to grip one of our wrists so tightly it would make the veins bulge on top.
Oh yeah.
So when we moved our fingers, it would look like Manimal.
Bloody hell! I told you we got to get away from Manimal. That's a piece of shit show. That thing is. Jesus Christ.
TV themes, UFOs.
Steve's Gaming.
Nothing else comes close. End of story. Hello, Steve's Gaming. Part 2.
Yeah, you're still a little shit, you bastard. Right, there you
go. So says Jamie and the Magic Torch is the best TV from the 70s, and Cheers is the best from the 80s. There you are.
Bloody hell, Jamie! Jamie and the Magic Torch. Then Cheers, everybody knows you. I mean, it really is an absolute corker of a theme.
Oh yeah, I agree. Actually, this one's quite a good one. Best train films: The Train with Burt Lancaster. Burt, yeah, he's great in that. Silver Streak, yeah, is another good train film. There's lots of train films.
Oh yeah.
Stuart Copeland from The Police did the theme and incidental music to The Equalizer. I had the original soundtrack for the first series, and it was great. Oh right, Stuart Copeland.
I mean, I can hear it in my head going right now.
Train films, Northwest Frontier with Kenneth Moore. Great St. Trinian's Train Robbery. Oh, yes. That's like another one. What movie prop you want more? The clay pot spinny thing in Ghost or the nun thingy she wears in Sister Act?
Oh, it's got to be the clay pot spinny thing.
Yeah, I'll say that one, definitely. Yeah.
You mean a? Do you mean a potter's wheel?
Yeah, clay pot thing. Eat shepherd's pie with Hugh Grant, or have a scotch with Ewan McGregor.
Oh, I'd have a scotch with Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, I won't trust Hugh Grant now with shepherd's pie. You don't know what's going to be in that shepherd's pie.
Yeah, after you've watched that film,
is all right. But with
yeah.
Hugh Grant now in his roles, he's a sinister bloke, isn't he now?
Yeah, even in Paddington, he's a bloody nasty bastard.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have the shepherd's pie. Let's face it, it wouldn't be mince and potato that you're eating.
Yeah.
No.
Not if you're two young innocent little girls knocking on people's doors. No.
Acres, what you're having off there with the silly questions. That Tyneside Cinema has a great schedule. That's good. Very nice variety, and glad people of that region can see such great movies at the Tyneside. Not particularly keen on you, Grant, but enjoy shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Have you seen Heretic, Tony? You might think differently.
I like shepherd's. I like cottage pie. I like cottage pie as well. And I like what's the other one that they
shepherd's
do?
Pie, cottage pie,
cottage pie, and Cumberland pie.
Yeah. Acres of Movies. I'd like Hustler 3 Tom Cruise as the pool mentor now for a new pool player. I really want to see. That would be delightful. Tyneside Cinema is so good, Acres. Yes, that's terrific. So a reboot of Colour of Money. Why would you want that? And then the One Good Cop commentary as director Haywood Gould. He was a book writer of Cocktail. Interesting commentary of a mixed bag of a movie.
I never liked Cocktail.
Yeah.
Never liked it.
No, a part 3 of the Hustler movie, 1963. Its sequel is Colour of Money. This would be the third movie of that, not a reboot.
Yeah, I understand where he's coming from, because obviously when you've got the Hustler, right? You've got him reenacting his character, haven't you, from that in The Colour of Money, and you got Tom Cruise as the newbie, and then you got Tom Cruise passing it on to another new one. But at the end of the day, being as that's been done once, because it was Steve McQueen, isn't it? Yeah, Steve McQueen. Yeah. So you've got Steve McQueen in 2 films. Do you really want Tom Cruise doing exactly what Steve McQueen did for a 3rd film? I think once it's been done once, you don't need it doing again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Continuing the story of the Tom Cruise character, but now he is the mentor.
He's the mentor, which is, you had Steve McQueen, like I said, reenacting his sort of like character.
And the first one had Jackie Gleason and Paul Newman. Second
Paul
one,
Newman,
Paul
that
Newman
was
and
it.
Tom
Paul
Cruise.
Newman.
I'd like a third one with Tom Cruise and Maika Monroe, maybe. That would be fun. Yes, indeed. I'd like that one.
See, I get the analogy. It's just that because Paul Newman was in The Colour of Money, Tom Cruise being in the next one would be an obvious thing to do.
Yeah.
It's just I've seen it done, so I don't know. I mean, apart from a character-driven story where Tom Cruise's character totally different played than the Paul Newman one was, there isn't anything to prove because it's been done.
Yeah,
that's all I've got to say. Is I think it works as a 2-part film. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As those 2 films. I wouldn't want it to be a trilogy.
No.
This is where I'm coming from with that. Jackie Gleason was incredible in that film.
Yeah,
as Fats. I mean, my God.
Thanks from Stacey. Yes, that would be great to quote Lundberg from Office Space. So thank you for that. But it's the same story as Colour of Money, so why not just watch that one? Do new share buyout now? So much more has happened since.
Yeah, because it ended with the divorce, with the Sonny and Cher story. Yeah, I think it was the Sonny and Cher story. That's what I was trying to get at. It wasn't really a Cher bioepic, but it might as well have been.
I do watch that and love both. I want a third is why.
Yeah. I can understand anybody that's got a hankering for a continuation of stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean. I can understand it.
It's no more sequels, remakes, reboots, or reimagination of an old movie. Make something original.
Well, I do think we do need more originality now.
Definitely. This.
Yeah, he's pointing up to the same.
Yeah, well said, Si.
I think we've all secretly hankered, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
For I just want one more film of that. I mean, I have. I know I have. I'm not siding on one particular way or another. I'm just turning around and saying I think we've all been there where we have our favorite. We go, oh, just make one more. You know, they did that with Back to the Future. I'm sure when the third one ended, I'm pretty sure they go, oh, come on, do a fourth, you bastards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like anything.
And Stacey says a pool playing movie is a story that continues from that one. Tom Cruise, Oscar Best Actor, just like Paul Newman for Hustler 3. That would be terrific indeed.
Yeah. It'd work. I just don't see it myself.
Yes, Rob Banks, as always. That's a chuckle. Apes. Yeah. Not without Paul Newman, Si says. Steve's Gaming.
I reckon that argument's going to go on forever, isn't it?
Ian, consider putting the stream into slow mode next week. You won't get swamped by questions by people can still ask them.
It's all right. It's I'm just conscious that I've got to get up early in the morning.
Not Without My Daughter was a good Sally Field movie and performance. Yeah,
I tell you what, one of the most powerful Sally Field movies I saw was where she was working in a factory and she was part of the union or something. It was one of her early roles before Smokey and the Bandit even came out. 70s.
Jamie is saying good night, everyone. I call him good night, Jamie. Thanks for joining.
Good night, Jamie. I must admit, have you ever seen The Flying Nun? I must admit, I think I've only ever watched one episode of that.
No, I've never.
Sally Field was the Flying Nun, weren't she? It was one of the shows that made her name, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. Night Muckman, Si says, and Tony Night, Jamie.
Sod off, McMahon.
Yeah, the split screen is great. Best Dirk Bogart performance.
Oh, don't even go down that route because honestly,
obvious one.
It's just that so many people ask me, Bogart, like what's my favorite of this, that, and the other. But Dirk Bogart, it's that period of time where I don't know too much.
Fantastic films he made. He made loads, absolutely loads. But then went into more art films as well later in his career.
Well, I just find it so many people will say, "Was your best Betty Davis before?"
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it?
Cary Grant and all that.
Si says one here, which was controversial, but was an amazing film, which is The Night Porter. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. So that's a later one. Then we've got here. It's not clicking. Come on, you stupid. Let's try again. I got it. Yeah, cool.
I do like Acres of Movie, but he's asking a lot of questions.
Good noir, that one. And then Si says, "There's only one thing better than Manimal, and that is Condom."
No, you bollocks!
Oh, wow, that one's for you.
How dare you?
And then I also like Kindergarten Cop, Legal Eagle. He can be the helper.
No, a legacy sequel.
Oh, legacy. Legacy sequel. I don't know why I said legal. Legacy sequel. He can be the helper. I get you. Yeah.
So yeah. Schwarzenegger comes back and he's carrying on his plot.
Yeah. And then Tony says Bogan made some good films with Joey Slosa. Yeah. Servant, Accident. Just watched Cast a Dark Shadow. It's a good one, Acres. And then, what director would you hire for directing a sci-fi dream?
Yeah, so in other words, think of a dream sci-fi film. What director would you like to hire? Which director? It would always be Ridley Scott for me.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know how Bob Wise did Star Trek and all of that sort of stuff, but he did some cracking science fiction.
Yeah.
Films. I mean,
I'll tell you something.
Day the Earth Stood Still,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, is a masterpiece.
I'll give something really left field, and it'd be a shoot up sci-fi film, because he's never made a sci-fi film, probably never will. Quentin Tarantino. Could you imagine a Tarantino film?
Yeah, but wasn't he down to direct? Wasn't he down to direct a Star Trek film?
Yeah, I know.
He was down to direct a Star Trek film, wasn't he?
Yeah. It would be interesting, because he's never done sci-fi, has he? I'd like to see him do some sci-fi. Yeah. Akers, why the need for sequels? You should try and watch something original. I get that point. Yeah. Readapt Silver Bullet. I'd like Owen Wilson in the Boosie role. All right. I watch original things all the time. Those are the movies I want to see, among other original movies. Thanks, chap, from Stacey.
I mean, like I said, I want to see more originality now. I want to see more originality now. But there's been times where I've turned around and said, I wish there was another of this film. Brilliant.
Yeah. It's size says here, but sequels in the majority of time of the time, like Heart and Soul.
Yeah, because they don't think of anything new. They don't give another aspect of it.
Yeah. I watch more original movies and movies of all kinds than anyone I know, but thanks for your ideas.
Yeah.
That's like your opinion, man. The Dude, an original movie, or is it? What is original anyway? No concrete answers or ideas of what is actually new or original anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah, it's the age old
thing. New under the sun anyway.
We used to turn around and say, when it comes to games, right? You've got the platformer, the shoot 'em up, the running platformer with shoot 'em up going on. You got the maze one. You've got, at the end of the day, when it comes to films, everything is a split or a joining or something of genres that we've all regurgitated a million times.
Yeah.
What is original is what that thing is. And I have to agree to a certain extent, but I always hold out, there'll be something unique.
Yeah.
Some I haven't thought of.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I do recognize it is a bit old hat, isn't it? I mean, everything is a Western or a Western. I mean, you even combined Western with New York City, didn't you? And you had, in the 70s. I mean, a bloke riding a horse down the middle of bloody New York's
McLeod.
As a cop,
is that McLeod?
Yeah.
McLeod.
That is just mixing two genres up and going way too.
Dennis Weaver.
And going well down a route that you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
The Mastermind was great. Did you see that? Most won't. I've not seen the Mastermind. No.
I don't think I've got your YouTube channel's Acre of Muses. I take it you've got.
Oh.
Do you know? I mean, I've took it this was one of your buddies.
No, I've not heard of the. I don't know. Well, she might show me what to tell us.
I thought it was somebody that you knew. Sorry.
No.
Is it first time here? I'm just going to say hello, Acres of Movie. Nice to see you here.
Yeah. Air America, interesting movie, original story. I like that. Readapted. Are those events told again? The movie has flaws from its time and the interference of studio versus Richard Rush.
Yeah, that's a Mel Gibson film. Air America.
That's right. Yeah. People say that they want original movies, then they don't show up or support them. Fact as facts. I know. Well, it's all about cinema as well. People going to cinema. There's all sorts of other ingredients. But I think the idea of original movies is good. But it's what makes money for studios. That's the thing, I suppose. Favorite Steven Seagal movie? Crikey,
I haven't got one because I haven't got one because I dislike just about every film he's ever been in.
Yeah, there's one I can't think of it, but everybody mentions it, and I cannot remember the Steven Seagal film. Is he in the Navy? He's a cook or something. That's about it. That's my Steven Seagal knowledge. And if Jack Nicholson said no to A Few Good Men, who would you have cast instead? Oh boy!
I mean, Jack Nicholson was perfect.
Yeah,
he was perfect. He was the most perfect man. A man that was calm and then lost it at the end. I mean, that it was like a Witches of Eastwick moment for me when I was watching.
I just can't see anybody else in the role.
Well, you're looking at a person who's such a character person that was cool, and then said things in such a way that you went, bloody hell, he's lost it. Wow.
Yeah, I can't think of another actor that could do that.
It would take me. I mean, I could take the piss out of this and say, Jim Carrey. We'll have Jim Carrey in it, shall we?
Oh,
because he could do a Jack Nicholson impression. You see?
Yeah. Stacey says, thanks to agree with you, Delboy's Film School. Bogart on all-time great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a he. Thanks, Stacey. There you are. I told you. Delboy must be excited for Ridley Scott next sci-fi film, The Dog Stars.
Heard of that? Yeah.
Wasn't Coogan's Bluff the sheriff on a horse in the big city?
That's the film, wasn't it?
Yes.
I was talking about a TV series.
Yeah, The Cloud, as I remember.
They did have Coogan's Bluff.
Yeah. Ben Foster, terrific as a mean trainer in Christie's boxing movie. Perhaps he will be nominated. What is the most hateable character that you've seen nominated? Ike Turner and Lawrence Fishburne. Oh,
Ike
Turner's horrible, wasn't
he? Ike Turner, yeah.
Horrible person.
He was a horrible person, yeah. I'd go with Ike Turner.
Yeah, I would, because when that story came out about him, bloody heck, everybody understood Tina Turner.
I don't like wife beaters. I don't like wife beaters anyway.
Yeah. Do you know what pleased me? That she came out and came back and was absolutely brilliant. She really came back and proved that she was a great singer and artist. It was so good to see her when she did that comeback, and it was massive success for her. I've watched for years, just started a channel recently. Oh, you're right. I used to miss streams and comments, etc. as a guest with no account. Hopefully you make some videos and get a channel going. You've got the enthusiasm and the knowledge.
I was going to say you've certainly got some great questions coming out. You certainly know your stuff. Jesus,
just be passionate about what you do, which I think you are. I can see from that. Just go ahead and do it. Honestly, just do it. It'd be great.
Yeah, and let us know, and let us know your channel name so we can all join.
Yeah, and then
we're a great community.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully that's what you need to do. So honestly, once you get into it, you'll love it, and your channel will build. Yeah, it will. No doubt about it. If you got the passion, it will. Tony says, think so, Si. I do vaguely remember McLeod with Stetson on, yeah, though looking like a cowboy, yeah, McLeod. Would you rather be in the van with the blokes from Dumb and Dumber for 2 days, or at sea with Captain Ron?
I think it'd be Dumb and Dumber for me.
Yes, yeah. Well, I know.
I could just imagine them really getting on my tits though by the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it'd be fun for at least half a day.
Yeah.
Captain Ron's good. I mean, I do like Captain Ron. Captain Ron was an interesting film. But it's just, I think on a boat, I think I'd rather be on the road.
Yeah.
Than on a boat.
No, this is interesting. It says Dennis Hopper if Jack Nicholson said no to A Few Good Men. I don't know.
It would have still been alive.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Maybe Dennis Hopper had a few good men. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, he's saying maybe Dennis Hopper for a few good men.
Yeah. I want commentary for Romeo is bleeding as soon as possible. Do you?
So he wants a commentary for
Romeo. Make horror comedy at the Operation board game.
Make a horror comedy out of the Operation board game.
Yeah,
that's an interesting film. You can imagine Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with the Operation board game.
What was the ridiculous question?
Oh, I suppose it's because the questions are taking so long to actually.
It's Steve's game and Steve Gaiman. Black Widow 1987. Deborah Winger, Teresa Russell, underrated. Many locations. Yeah, Black Widow is a good film. I haven't seen that for years. Deborah Winger, fantastic. Wow, yes, me and both say Dennis Hopper. That's amazing. Yeah. And then Eve of Destruction, 1991, and Run, 1991. Good action type movies. And yes, that's the end. Yeah, we've got to the end.
You did really well because you're only like 20 minutes over.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go on longer, but thank you. Anyhow, thank you. I'll just say good night from Tony. Thank you, Tony, as always. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who's been watching us, who's contributed, and made so many great comments as well. And then Silas 99 Gary and cheers to Ian and Delboy for tonight's entertainment. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's just one thing I have to say. Si, next time you go to a football match, just piss off. I have to have a rant, right? At Si, because I haven't done my rant at Si. Si, you chose a football game over us, you little shit, right? I mean, we're here, we're trying to build up. You bugger off just to watch some bloody stupid load of Nancy boys going around kicking a football about. I mean, for goodness sake, get a life, will you? You already got the best cinema up in the bloody north going for you. What are you going to go and see a bunch of Muppets like them for? Rant over. Hope you have a good one, Si, because I have to do a rant at you tonight.
And then thanks, terrific program. Thank you so much, Stacey, for joining us. Thank you.
Oh, and Rocket Bunny.
Great comment, Stacey.
Rocket Bunny, how dare you turn around and say that like that's your favourite bloody ice cream, you miserable son. I mean, that's not your bloody best ice cream. You probably want salt and vinegar ice creams or something like that, or cheese and onion ice cream.
Yay, Si says. And then Rocket Bunny says, thanks, guy. Good night. And may your God go with you. Laugh out loud. Thank you.
Yeah, Dave Allen.
Yeah.
And all I've got to say is it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
Right. Because we got to do that. No, I always say salute, my friends. And thank you so much for all the support and for showing so much nice nature to this guy here. I can't do it. The hand disappears because he's such a great bloke.
Thank you.
That's all I've got to say.
And I always say, and all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.